How about now? All right, so we're just getting first JV match with Carson Crom versus Victoria Wilkomeister from Waunakee. Thanks for tuning in, folks. This is, again, the Watertown versus Waunakee home wrestling duel. We're going to take you over to mat 2 here. Diego Cortez is going to be wrestling Waunakee wrestler. Looks like that's going to be Andrew Ford. Andrew Ford from Waunakee.
Diego, a senior.
First takedown goes to Waunakee. This is a 195-pound match.
And a reversal by Diego. Unfortunately, he's going to get a 1-point penalty on the reversal for an illegal hold. Looks like he didn't have the elbow in there.
Yeah, Mark, he locked up that headlock and just had the head there, so that's why the stoppage was occurred and 1-point penalty mark. Waunakee's quick to their feet, and Diego with a mat return to stay on top. Both wrestlers are now neutral. We got 30 seconds left in the first period here. Waunakee is up 4-2.
Yeah, Diego with the head and arm. He maybe should have stuck with that. Both wrestlers go out of bounds with 19.5 seconds left in the first period. Sorry, Coach, I was almost late. I just came from middle school practice. Had difficulty getting my singlet off, but I am here now. Slightly sweaty still. Those kids are working hard down there. And
so you're rocking the singlet over at practice, huh?
yeah, you know, every once in a while. Diego goes right back to that head and arm. You know, kind of a third period move, but he's trying to muscle through in the first, and it works out for him. He does a snap down to a takedown right at the buzzer there to pull the match even at 4-4. Match before that, you saw Carson Crom. Carson's been doing a nice job filling in on varsity. So it's good to see him get a victory as the first match on the JV tonight here at the field house in Watertown as Waunakee traveled in the snow, braving the elements to come wrestle tonight. It looks like we got quite a few JV matches. Should be exciting. We started a little bit earlier than expected because of all those matches, and that is a good problem to have. 2 big JV teams. That bodes well for the future of both these programs. Strong youth programs.
Yeah, it's nice to see a bunch of JV matches going tonight. Get these kids the opportunity to wrestle.
Diego does a nice little knee slide scoot, trying to get out. Turns in a little too early there. Got to get the hips away. So again, going into the third period, tied up 4-4. Diego got ridden out that period. Waunakee, well-conditioned team, clearly coming into this dual meet at 2-1 on the varsity level with a very strong JV team as well. Diego tried to throw in the boots there a little bit, but got himself a little high. Waunakee was able to capitalize. But again, another good mat return by Cortez, showing his senior strength there. Waunakee capitalizes on the edge of the mat, nearly gets the takedown. Official calls 1-point escape. Waunakee takes the lead 5-4, going with 25.6 in the third period. The whole JV squad is on their feet. Clearly, Diego is well liked by his teammates. This is a really tight-knit team in the wrestling room. They'd love to see him pull out the victory here in the closing 20 seconds. Oh, you love to see that, Coach. I don't know if it's going to work, but tries for the blast double. Waunakee with the reaction there on a nice sprawl. Throws the body whizzer and rides it out for the 5-4 victory.
Next up, looks like we're going to have Mason Fritchey from Watertown and Cade Reddington from Waunakee.
So folks who've been watching, and we know we have a loyal fan base, you've seen Mason, super explosive, quick wrestler at a very difficult weight class. Hits a nice single there. Waunakee fights it off with the body wizard. No points scored. 142 in the first period.
Yeah, so Cade Reddington for Waunakee is a senior going up against Mason here.
Yeah, Reddington, lots of JV experience last year. Solid kid. Mason's going to have his hands full. This should be a good match.
Mason's in on a front headlock, working to get around behind. He's got that ankle captured and gets 2 takedown.
Scores the first takedown. Looks like he's looking for the crossface there. Far side cradle. Locks it up. We went through that move in the practice room last night with the youth team. Notice how he posted the hand there. Took the nose to the knee, and he's going to get some back points here, it looks like. So you see Mason tucking that forehead right in the middle there, squeezing those elbows together, looking for the pin. Reddington looks to be bridging with his elbows. His blades are not quite touching the mat.
.30 seconds left here in this first period. Fritchey's got that cradle locked up tight. Reddington is fighting to get off his back.
And that looks pretty flat to me, Coach. Oh, Mason, nice transition over to the half. Lets it a little bit too loose.
Mason's out front.
Double unders. I think he was looking for an Iowa there. Locks up the cradle, looking near side again.
And the first period is going to come to an end here with Fritchey up 5-0 against Waunakee. Waunakee is going to defer to Watertown, and Fritchey's going to take neutral going into the second period.
You saw Fritchey in that first period really pushing the action, pushing the pace. You love to see that aggressiveness out of these guys. I'm guessing Mason's looking for that 2-on-1, and he's going to look for that outside single again. And there it is. Nice little dump there. You hear Coach McFarland yelling, dump it, dump it. And Fritchey snatches the head. This is where you can go right. I was going to say right to the cradle or the Turk. So for those of you who are watching, especially our youth guys, I know all our middle schoolers are watching tonight and a bunch of our youth kids. Guys, that's why we don't drop our heads. Fritchey beats a very solid JV wrestler there. Great win for him there. Mason's been running into a few buzzsaws this season, so it's good to see him get that win.
Next up, we're going to go with Logan Hespe, Watertown, versus Madison Macario from Waunakee. Hespe is a freshman, wrestling at 138 pounds. Madison is also a freshman for Waunakee.
Hespe with a quick takedown. Looks cross-face far side cradle.
Hespe's got it locked up. And we're going to start getting some swipes for back points here.
So Hespe settles for the 3 back. Looks like he didn't feel like he could get the pin there. Goes right back to that crossface series.
Now we're going to go for a little snowplow cradle on the near side here. Madison is fighting those hands, trying to keep that from getting locked up, but it looks like Hespe's going to get over, collect some more back points here. And we have a fall. 53 seconds left in the first period. Logan Hespe wins by fall over Madison Macario from Waunakee.
Yeah, Logan, another one of those freshmen, very successful 8th grade wrestler, youth wrestler, sticking with that group of guys, working hard in the room, and you can see it pay off there. You see Coach Edward Wilkowski following him off the mat, probably enjoying those crossface cradles because he was notorious for that. Well, we got a little break in the action here. We did a couple of coaches questionnaires so we can get to know our Gosling coaches. We are blessed to have several coaches on this team. We mentioned the Noctegal brothers last match, and Alex Noctegal, one of our successful coaches down there, jumped back into the program. He's loving it. Started wrestling in 6th grade. He's a Watertown guy, 4-time letter winner. First team Badger South Conference. He's second year on the mats with the boys after graduating. Both him and his brother really enjoy giving back to the program. And having talked to them, I know they're both really proud about how they've battled through the season and through the COVID situation that we're dealing with. They're all just really excited to be out there. So thanks to Alex and Tanner for being a part of the coaching staff this year.
Yeah, this should be a good night tonight, Mark. We've got some couple ranked wrestlers on both sides, some for Waunakee, some for Watertown here. Waunakee is actually listed as honorable mention for in the team rankings. They did get a late start with some of the COVID issues over in Dane County there, but they had their first duel last week against Holman, and are going to bring a pretty strong team to the varsity lineup tonight.
Yeah, they had Triangular. I watched a little bit of that. They went 2-1 Fell in a close match to a Holman team who I believe is ranked 3rd in the state right now. But, yeah, powerhouse program, lots of good resources there. They're tied up with the Badgers. They usually host a couple big tournaments. Good resources, good youth club, lots of good, especially in the lighter weights, good wrestlers. So it should be a lot of fun tonight because I think we match up similarly with them. I want to give a big shout-out to my sister, Michelle, and her boyfriend, Scott, who are over in Oconomowoc watching. Appreciate you guys and all the support you've given to wrestling. And me, personally. Shout out to the Brewster family. I got a message from them. They're going to be watching tonight from home. Stay safe out there, guys. The roads are getting slick.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the mats to dry here a little bit. Obviously, in between each match, they are disinfecting the mats, spraying them down, mopping them, and they're alternating back and forth to try to keep the pace going.
I also want to thank one of our sponsors, SolveWrestling.com. They've been a big supporter of the club this year, including the Thunderdome, one of the up-and-coming wrestling facilities in the state. We're fortunate enough to be hosting girls high school state, youth team state. This weekend there's 2 big tournaments there. We're excited to be a part of that, and we're blessed to have that opportunity with Coach Swick over there in Oconomowoc.
Yeah, Mark, that first tournament tomorrow is going to be held at the Thunderdome. It's called Inception. So that's going to be open to a bunch of youth wrestlers. We're going to be running about 14 mats. We got 84,000 square feet of real estate to spread those mats out and keep everybody spread out. So that'll be a fun event. You also mentioned Sunday. Sunday's the Wisconsin Wrestling League tournament, also held at the Thunderdome. That's going to have 3rd through 5th grade participants.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be nice.
It should be a good weekend of wrestling.
It's going to be nice to have the short drive over there to Oconomowoc, to that facility. I know those coaches and that community have put a lot into that, cleaning that up. Coach Swick putting a lot of hours in, along with you, Coach, and some other guys around the program. So we're really lucky to have that.
Yeah, and due to the size of that facility, we are allowing spectators in there. You just have to wear your mask and, practice common sense and social distancing. And if you're itching to get out of the house and check out some wrestling, feel free to stop by there. We are going to go over to Ryan Bergman versus Harrison May from Waunakee. This is going to be a 145-pound bout.
Bergman immediately gets in on the high crotch to a dump. Again, looks right into that crossface. You can see they're working that series pretty hard. See how Bergman follows up his last couple wrestling performances. Ooh, going for the tilt right away. Like to see that.
Yeah, Bergman is a freshman here. Harrison May from Waunakee, also a freshman. Bergman's locking up that arm bar, walking around the head. And we're going to start getting some swipes for some back points here.
Armbar, always a fan favorite, really hard to get out of. You like to see him tuck that hand through there, make a fist in the back, and shove his opponent's shoulder into his ear. So the youth guys watching out there, we went through this recently. And it's pretty devastating, and you see Bergman switches to the reverse half and gets the pin with 37.3 left in the first period.
Yeah, looks like we'll see Bergman again tonight. Looks like he's got another match a little bit later in the JV bout here. Next up, we're going to go to 126 pounds. Hector Ayala versus Nolan Taylor from Waunakee. Nolan Taylor is a sophomore. Looks like he's moving up a few weight classes. Looks like he wrestled 113, 106 last year. So he's bumped up to about 120 pounds here.
So Hector, as soon as he switched over to start using that front hand on the head, you can see it has a little bit more success. Nearly gets the takedown on the edge of the mat. No points. Both wrestlers go out of bounds. 131 left in the first period.
Yeah, Hector is a junior.
Yep, this is his third year. Didn't wrestle in our youth club, but got excited about it as a freshman. Really turned it on as a sophomore, and now this year you can see he's coming into his own. Super aggressive kid. You see him hit the sweep for the 2-point takedown. Looking for that arm bar, it looks like. Goes straight to the crossface.
50 seconds left here in the first period. Hector is up 2-0.
You know, Hector's doing a nice job keeping weight on that back leg. You'd like to see a little bit more hip pressure, but he is doing a good job keeping Waunakee off balance, going into that crossface, applying pressure, and there he gets the bar. Big steps around the head. So you want to see him make that fist there and stick that shoulder in the ear so that he can finish it. So no need to panic here. He's just got to hang on to that leg.
Yeah, I got a little loose there. Waunakee was able to come through, get up to his feet, but Hector maintains control as they go off the match with 5 seconds left here in the first period.
So let's see if Hector can ride him out. So your mindset here should be to stop first move, know your first 2 pieces of technique that you're going to use to do so. Looks like Hector goes to an arm chop, and he should be able to ride him out to maintain the 2-0 lead after the first period.
Going into the second period, Watertown's going to get choice. They're going to defer to Waunakee, and Waunakee's going to choose neutral. 2-0 in favor of Watertown.
So
little hand fighting going
Hector's
on.
Quick, but needs to get some ties, needs to get him out of position to set up those shots.
Yeah, we got to close the distance a little bit instead of shooting from space there.
He's got a nice finish. He slides up to maintain head above hips. Waunakee so that's an interesting call. He calls Waunakee for stalling. It looks like he was evading the mat or fleeing the mat. So folks at home, you're not allowed to back out like that to avoid the takedown.
Waunakee working a collar tie.
That's nice right there.
Hector's in on that single leg.
Transition right into that high crotch. Goes right to the cradle. Gets his 2 takedown. The thing that's impressed me about Hector, as I mentioned, his aggressiveness has really been there the last 2 seasons, but this year you see him stringing things together, transitioning in between pieces of technique much more quickly. He doesn't have to think about what he's doing. It's just there. That's a compliment to the wrestling room he's in and the amount of drilling they're doing. Excellent coaching staff. Works really closely with their guys. And there it is, another takedown. I looked down to check my notes and I missed it, Coach. What did he use there? Did you happen to catch that?
Yeah, he just he stayed with that same sweep single. Collects his 3rd takedown of the match to go up 6-0. 30 seconds left in the 3rd period. A little bit of a Granby type roll there from Waunakee. Hector's able to stay on top. No change in control.
Yeah, that's 2 times tonight that Hector got out of position, but he didn't panic. You know, that's a sign of his experience, 3rd year. Kids tend to make less mistakes when it comes to that kind of stuff. And he's going to roll through that match with a 6-0 victory over Waunakee. Nice solid effort there. Well, we got a little break here. Big shout out to the Walsh family, always big supporters. Thanks for resharing, retweeting, put it on the Instagram and the parlor and all the different things you guys are using out there. We appreciate that.
All right, looks like we're going to go to a 220-pound bout here. Eric Chares from Watertown versus Andrew Ford again from Waunakee. Ford wrestled Diego Cortez in a 220-pound bout earlier in the JV portion here. Looks like Andrew Ford is a freshman from Waunakee. Chares is a junior from Watertown.
Yeah, strong kids here. Totally different type of wrestling than we saw with Hector in his match, but you saw a nice little bounce block score there, we call it, where he blocks that arm, spins around, and gets the 2. Chares with the tight waist ankle, looking to get a wrist. Possibly dig that out. Yeah, he's doing a good job maintaining pressure. You'd like to see him off his knees a little more. But listening to his coach's advice, gets the flip and the pin. Good win for Chares. I believe, Coach, that's the first time we've seen him wrestle here at home. I could be wrong on that. I apologize if I am, but always nice to get a victory in the field house. Again, for those of you just tuning in, we are at the Watertown field house where the mighty Goslings are wrestling against the Waunakee Warriors. We had JV starting right about 6 o'clock. We're looking for a varsity start time around 7.
I've got 4 left.
So big shout out to those of you in my algebra class who are watching. I hope I got a few of you guys to commit to that, and I appreciate you guys tuning in on a Friday. So for those of you that are trying to reach out to me with shout-outs on YouTube, you won't be able to do that. Go ahead and like us on there, and feel free to pop on to our Facebook page at the Watertown Youth USA Wrestling or Watertown Gosling Wrestling. Thank you guys for tuning in. So while we're have a little lull in the action here, I'll go through another coach's bio. This is for Coach McFarland. Coach McFarland, I coached way back in the days when I was the coach, and he's class of 2010, Watertown Gosling, coming back to help coach out here. He started wrestling when he was 5 years old in preschool. McFarland holds many records here in the school. He was 144 and 29 in high school. Coach Wilkowski actually broke that record now, so McFarland is second all-time. He's a two-time state qualifier, two-time conference champ. I believe he holds the record for fastest pin in Watertown. I was at that match. I remember it vividly. He took the kid down and pinned him out of bounds. Didn't count, went back to the center, took him down and pinned him again, all in 8 seconds. It was a pretty cool thing to watch. Coach was also a 2009 Freestyle Wisconsin national team member at Fargo. Took second at Freestyle State, fourth at Greco State. One of those kids over the year that was very memorable to me. His family, just great wrestling family. His grandpa, Dick DeCono, he mentioned that wrestling's just in his blood. His grandpa's Dick DeCono was a coach here for many years, 25 years. Uncle Dave, good friend of mine, taught me a ton about wrestling, was also one of Coach McFarland's coaches over the years. Dave, I believe, took second at state here in Watertown years back. That's a family that definitely has given back to the wrestling community, and Coach McFarland loves to follow in those footsteps. He definitely sees the benefit and the positive influence you can have on these young men. So big shout out to the McFarland family and the DeCono family. They might not be tuned in right now. Maybe they'll tune in during varsity. Always fun to be around those guys. Big shout out to Jamie at home. Biggest Gosling fan out there. So it looks like we're just going on wait time here now for... Is that Owen Walsh down there, Coach?
Yeah, it looks like our next one's going to be Owen Walsh versus, I believe it's going to be Harrison May from Waunakee. Owen is a freshman here for Watertown. Harrison May is also a freshman from Waunakee.
Yeah, Walsh, explosive wrestler. Again, a lot of youth experience. I think he maybe a two-time youth state qualifier. His dad, Travis, and his mom, Drea, at home, I'm sure watching closely. They were always big supporters, such big helpers of the program over the years. Walsh with the little duck 2 takedown. Looks right to that cradle.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of cradles here tonight. Watertown is having pretty good success with it.
Yeah, it's sort of, I run into people and they have a perception of what wrestlers should look like, but actually that long, strong, lanky type is really good for wrestling because you can get a lot of hand control, a lot of cradles, a lot of technique you can do with that body style. And Walsh is another one of those kids like that. You see him digging on that far elbow, applying a lot of pressure there, looking to pull that wrist out. Moving well on his toes, keeping the heat.
"35 seconds left here in the first period.
So Walsh finishes the period with a solid ride, maintains a 2-0 lead. Defers to Waunakee. Waunakee once again chooses feet. Owen's always moved well on his feet. I'm sure he's not disappointed in that. Goes right to the collar tie. Nice little slick double there. Quick transition. Right into a power half. Transitions to the cradle. So that's something that that leg lift on your half there, Coach Best, if you're out there listening, I know you'd know exactly what I'm thinking right now. We're looking to transition away from that and go straight wrist and a half there. And you can see that as Owen did that, the kid was able to transition out belly down and get out of it. Gets the stalling call, though. That's always an advantage. Helps to keep the pace moving. So another good period by Walsh. Maintains a 4-0 lead. He's going to have choice this period. After 2 successful takedowns in the match, he wisely chooses feet again. Goes right to the collar tie, snap down. You see he's able to use that long frame to kind of work the cradle and then use it to get the takedown after he's not able to secure back points. Again, though, smooth transition between moves. You can see how he's progressing as a wrestler. Quicker decision making.
Short time left here in this third period. Walsh is going to finish that match with a 6-0 victory over Waunakee Harrison May. We're going to switch over to the other mat now, and we're going to have Hector Ayala and Ian Hamilton from Waunakee. Ian Hamilton is a freshman.
Yeah, Hamilton, lots of youth experience, good, solid youth wrestler. So Hector's going to have his hands full here.
Waunakee was digging that underhook and applying a lot of forward pressure.
Yeah, you can see that Hamilton's a freshman. You can see his experience. I mean, quick sprawl, quick head stuff, transitions right into a takedown.
And we got a stoppage on the mask or on the mat for a mask malfunction.
Wardrobe malfunction there.
Yeah.
Ayala looking for a replacement mask. I wrestled again today with a mask on. I've done that a few times this season. Give a lot of credit to these kids. It's not easy. In fact, I played a game of dodgeball today with a mask on. Fun, but not easy.
You guys almost hit me with the dodgeball.
Yes, we did. So when you play dodgeball, you get tunnel vision. Tyler over there, phenomenal job with the technology again today. Audio visual guru, nearly got decapitated by a flying dodgeball down at the middle school today. We apologize for that. So for you young coaches out there, crucial to add a dodgeball regimen into your program. Just about every youth wrestling coaching article I've read has mentioned you need to play combative games, and that is our game of choice, Tyler. So Hector kind of stuck on bottom here, but sucks in that leg. Hector's strong if he bounces those hips out. Yeah, you see Hamilton's mat savvy, just keeps himself in good position. Doesn't stay out of position very long, not long enough for Hector to capitalize.
25 seconds left here in the first period. Waunakee remains on top 2-0. Waunakee's got a cradle locked in. No back points awarded. That'll take us into the second period. Waunakee has choice and chooses down.
Oh. So for those of you just tuning in, we're here at the Field House in Watertown as the Goslings take on the Waunakee Warriors. We're on JV matches here. We got a couple matches left. We got Hector Ayala against Ian Hamilton, wrestling at about the 120 weight class. Hamilton, a very experienced youth wrestler, very successful at that level, going up against Hector in his third year wrestling as a junior. 2-0, 45 seconds left in the second period.
Good flurry of activity there. Hector ended up getting high and kind of got yanked over the top, but was able to recover. However, now Waunakee just goes and gets a two reversal with a standing switch there to go up on top 4-0. 15 seconds left in the second period.
So Hector caught in the cradle there. Want to cover hands when you're on bottom, folks out there watching at home, youth wrestlers. Tough position to be in. Hector should look to attack hands there. Looks like Waunakee's going to go into the third period with a 7-0 lead.
Hector chooses neutral.
Coach McFarland in the corner telling him to take neutral. They're looking for a takedown to the back and a pin.
Waunakee defends the shot by Hector and gets around behind to collect up 2 more points to go up 9-0. 35 seconds left in the third period.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite what Coach McFarland was looking for when he asked him to go feet. But Hector, relatively new to the sport. They'll talk to him about that and figure that out real quick.
Waunakee's Ian Hamilton is going to come out with a victory, 9-0.
As we switch over to the mat 1. Looks like we got Bergman. Coach, who we got here?
We got Cade Reddington wrestling again for Waunakee. Cade again is a senior, 145-pound bout. Ryan won his first match of the night.
Yeah,
this is also Cade's second match of the night. He did lose to Fritchey earlier.
Oh,
a little bit of
nice.
a scramble here.
You saw Bergman in a little bit of trouble there, almost giving up the takedown, but he doesn't quit. Goes right to the high crotch. No points scored, out of bounds. Yeah, Reddington's a solid kid. You know, he's sitting behind Lorenz in their lineup, who is a state-level wrestler. You can see these guys are deep. They got a lot of experience, but Bergman seems to be on a tear lately. I don't know if he should be going to that Iowa quite that early against a strong
Bergman
wrestler
got caught
like
there
that.
a little bit. Did a really great job of getting to his feet. Walked right into a head throw, and Reddington put him right to his back. Reddington's going to go up 5-0. Bergman is down. 1 minute, 6 seconds left in the first period.
You know, again, I think Bergman's out wrestling him. He's just made a little mistake there. That's a move that might work against a freshman, but it's probably not going to work against an experienced senior wrestler who has Reddington's capabilities. As I say that, he goes right back to something similar in quite a different position there. Had him on his knees. So Bergman should be looking to arch here, extend that far wrist, and lift the head.
37 seconds left in the first period. Bergman's got him on his back.
That should at the very least tie it up. Bergman looking to get the pin, though. Wisely rescoops that wrist.
I'd like to see him jump sides and just get a head and arm there and really crank that hold up. Ten seconds left. Redmond is off his back. 3 back points, 5-5 tie score.
All right, so some good action here at the Fieldhouse in Watertown as the Waunakee Warriors travel to Watertown to take on our mighty Goslings. Bergman brings it back to a 5-5 tie going into the second period.
Waunakee defers. Bergman's going to choose down going into the second period here. Well, we had a loose cradle there. Attempted by Waunakee. I'm not sure why.
Bergman's got to be careful here. He's given up a few pounds, so he's going to have to really stay in good position on those pinning combinations so he doesn't get rolled through. But he wisely transitions, gets the 2 takedown, goes right back to bread and butter, wrist and a half. Switches to the crossface, far side cradle. Notice he goes nose to knee, kids at home. Post that far hand. Three seconds left in the second period.
Yeah, so that little flurry of activity was actually a reversal there. Waunakee kind of had a standing cradle going. It almost looked like Bergman was going to stick him where he kind of snuck out of there, but Waunakee was able to keep that cradle locked, ultimately which ended up in the reversal by Bergman. So Bergman's going into the third period with a 7-5 lead. Waunakee will have choice. They're just fixing their headgear right now.
So, yeah, after looking like he was in some trouble at the beginning of the match there, down 5-0. Bergman scores the next 7 points. Takes the lead going into the third.
Waunakee's going to choose a neutral. I'm going to look out for a head throw here.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if he goes back to that the way he caught Bergman in the first period with it. Clearing ties. Bergman's digging an underhook, front headlock. He's got a bounce. Circle back in. Hits that Iowa and puts Reddington on his back. Right at the edge of the mat here. .21 seconds left in the third period. Bent necks don't bridge, right?
Yeah, that is true. You see Bergman there looking for every angle, every way to apply more pressure. Folks at home, there's a triangle in between your shoulder blades. They call it the pinning zone. So if you're watching, he did not have that part of his back on the mat, but after initially being down 5-0, scores the next 12 points. Great match by Ryan Bergman. Always exciting to watch. Big shout out to my mother and father-in-law, Jerry and Diane Wagner, watching up north in Valders. Appreciate your support. Jerry, I hope you're healing well and enjoying the wrestling tonight.
All right, mat number 2 is going to be Oliver Grass from Watertown, 182 pounds, versus Tori Bilkelmeister from Waunakee. Oliver's in on a front headlock here, looking to score. Maybe a circle shuck, change direction. There it is.
Yeah, nice shuck, Oliver.
Got to get a mat return to cover up those 2 points. Oh, and Tori is able to get away, and both wrestles are neutral. Oliver's kind of stuck underneath right now.
Yeah,
both
Waunakee,
wrestlers get back to their feet.
Strong, building a strong girls wrestling program. They have several female wrestlers on their team.
And Oliver hits the Iowa and is going to put Tori right on her back, and it looks pretty tight, Mark.
Yeah, Grath capitalizing over the top of the head, under the arm.
He's got a lot of time left here in this first period, and there's the pinfall. 46 seconds left. Freshman Oliver Grass over Tori Bilkelmeister from Waunakee.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Coach, girls wrestling, one of the fastest growing sports out there right now. You see Waunakee has several female wrestlers. We got 2 or 3 on the middle school team. These young ladies working hard in the room with the boys and giving them everything they can handle. We've been really lucky to see some Olympic level clinics from some of our great female wrestlers over the last couple of years. It's been a lot of fun to be a part of that growth of the sport for the betterment of all wrestling.
That's going to conclude our JV bouts for the night. So we're going to get ready to announce the varsity lineup. Again, this should be a good bout. We got a couple ranked wrestlers from Waunakee, a couple ranked wrestlers from Watertown. Just going through the rankings right now, looks like Waunakee is going to have a 113-pounder, Jaden Free, a sophomore, currently holding the number 8 ranking. So there you have it. We just had our national anthem here, and going to get rolling here.
Head coach for Watertown is R.J. Pilcher. Head coach for Waunakee, Mark Nansky. We're starting at 106 tonight. For Waunakee, Max McKinley. For Watertown, Ben Logan. At 113, Jaden Fries for Waunakee. Billy Valley for Watertown. At 120 pounds, Colton Necrotal for Waunakee, Emilio Hernandez for Watertown. And 126, Toby Hines for Waunakee, Oscar Volkowski for Watertown. And 132 for Waunakee, Dave Spencer for Watertown, Frank Volkowski. At 138, Sam Lorenz for Waunakee, Walker Wickman for Watertown. At 145, Dave Dorowski for Waunakee, Owen Zindler for Watertown. At 152, Scott Jezik for Waunakee, Casey Logan for Watertown. At 160, Grayson Ellis for Waunakee, Colton Bloom for Watertown. At 170, Charles Borkort for Waunakee, Brian Cronquist for Watertown. At 182, Peyton Hooker for Waunakee, Braden Holman for Watertown. At 195, Jacob Leiftaub for Watertown, Waunakee, Tyler Habersetsker for Watertown. At 220, Daniel Ford for Waunakee, O'Byron Lee for Watertown. At 285, for Waunakee, Jack Schweitzer. For Watertown, Sadie Fernandez. Third man in the ring, Mike Dooley. Let's get ready to wrestle.
There's the lineups for tonight. We'll see how this pans out. We might see some switching around here, some strategy involved with trying to get the best matches to put either team in a position to go ahead. But our first match of the night is going to be 106 pounds Finn Mulligan versus Max McKinley from Waunakee.
Yeah, I'd say this is one of the better matchups as far as experienced wrestlers, highly ranked wrestlers going against highly ranked wrestlers. Both teams are going to have their work cut out for them. I think you're going to see a lot of back and forth matches. A lot of swing matches, we call them. I mean, even with our inexperienced, I shouldn't even call them inexperienced, even with our freshmen, you see tons of youth wrestling experience. You know, here, this first match, you got Mulligan versus McKinley. We've seen what Finn can do, all heart, non-stop drive, pulling matches out in the third period, reversals to win it at the end of the match, up against Waunakee's McKinley, who's a stud youth wrestler. Mulligan's walkout song, Gangster's Paradise, throwing back.
Yeah.
Coolio, I believe, was that, Coach? That's back from...
I think you are right, Mark.
Back in our days, huh? Coach Dilcher in the center of the mat there, doing some great things this year under unique circumstances with Captain Colton Blom. Man, those guys look a little bit alike.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in with us, myself, Brad Bustler, and Mark Barnwerper, future Hall of Famer here for the Watertown Athletic Association, with all the hard work and effort that he's put into the sport throughout the years. I think he's well deserving of that. Once the gangster rap gets concluded here, we're going to get ready to rumble.
Yeah, thanks for the intro, Coach. Looking forward to getting going at the field house here. Right now, this is slotted to be the last wrestling opportunity we have here at the high school for our varsity team. However, I'm excited to announce that Watertown did arrange a triangular duel, I believe against Portage and Mount Horeb. So this won't be our last competition of the year for these guys, dual meet fashion, but probably our last at home.
Yeah, Finney is a freshman here. Been in the youth wrestling program with us for quite some time. Waunakee gets a quick ankle pick and scores that first takedown. He's getting some swipes on a little bit of a tilt there. He's going to go up 5-0 really quick here in that first period.
Yeah, so Finn's going to have his hands full again. I told you McKinley's youth record, pretty impressive. He's wrestling in the room with Free, their 113-pounder ranked wrestler. So Mulligan on a nice high crotch. That's deep. I don't know if he's going to have quite enough to finish it. He's given up a few pounds to McKinley. But, man, that was a good shot.
Got a spladle going here. That's going to spell some bad news for Finn.
Yeah, not where you want to be, not comfortable, giving up back exposure.
52 seconds left in the first period. McKinley's going to gather up 3 more back points. Going to go up 10-1, 36 seconds left in the first period. Yeah, at this point, Mark, it's now it comes to looking to save some team points here.
Yeah, we talked about the importance of that in our last duel. With short time on the clock, we got 10. Finn's looking to fight off his back. You can see there's no quit in that kid. He's arching through, as painful as it is right now. 2, 1. And the buzzer goes off. It looks like McKinley will go up 13-1 going into the second period.
Yeah, when we're looking at team points here, a pinfall is obviously worth 6. Technical fall would be worth 5. Major decision would be 4, and regular decision would be 3. So when it comes down to team score, all those points matter. Second
yeah,
period
that's definitely
here.
the case, Coach. I mean, I've been in a duel against Slinger where we lost on 8th criteria after a tie score, and I know Bayport just lost against Pulaski by a point the other night, so every team point counts. So Mulligan gives up the takedown down 15-1. If he can fight off his back here, it'll be a tech fall for McKinley.
Finney's got to use those legs and keep coming. And there's the pinfall with 1:07 left in the second period. Max McKinley over Finn Mulligan.
2 minutes, 53 seconds.
Yeah, Finn didn't quite have enough firepower there to pull that off.
6-0, Waunakee.
That's going to take the team score to 6-0 in favor of Waunakee. Our 113-pound bout. Noe Ugaldi versus Jaden Faree. Like I said before, Jaden is ranked number 8 in the Division I individual rankings.
Yeah, Noe's second-year wrestler here, going up against the very experienced Free. Free wastes no time.
Jaden collects some back points there. Potentially dangerous stoppage. Jaden is up 5-0. A minute 24 seconds left in the first period. We're going to need a little spunk out of Noe here to start chipping away at this lead.
Yeah, I know he's put a lot of time in the offseason. I know he's a lot stronger than last year. Obviously, his technique's improved only in his second year of wrestling. We saw what he's capable of over the last couple weeks.
.48 seconds left in the first period. Jaden is maintaining control on top from Waunakee. He's got that armbar locked up. Jump sides. Right on the verge of giving up some back points, but Noe is able to get back. No exposure there, back and forth. 23 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, Noe digging those wrists into the mat. Fighting off the armbar pretty good for an inexperienced wrestler. Putting up a good fight. And
Three more back points for Jaden. Going to go up 8-0. Watertown's choice in the second period. He's going to defer. And Jaden is going to go down. Again, we're here tonight wrestling against Waunakee Warriors. 113-pound bout.
Yeah, Free nearly a state qualifier last year. Took second at regionals, third at sectionals. Wrestling at 106 weight class last year. Lots of experience. Again, in the heart of that lineup where every day in the practice room he's wrestling against some really good lightweights.
Yeah, it's all about practice partners, Mark. If you got a good group around you and the kids are pushing each other each and every day, everybody's going to improve and get better. And Jaden hits him with the fireman's there. 2 takedown and some back points. Minute 14 left. No, he's going to have to do everything he can to get off his back. And Noe's able to fight off his back. 14-0, 48 seconds left.
14-0, so if he gives up one more, that's the tech fall. And again, as you mentioned earlier, Coach, that's saving us a team point there. You can see these guys, both of them, you know, a lot of guys in those positions are going to quit on that, but not on this team. We've seen what these kids have been doing. They're working hard. They don't want to give up that extra team point. And that should do it there.
And there it is. 2 near fall. Jaden finishes with a score of 16-0 for the technical fall, with 14 seconds left in the second period. Saved us a team point there. Waunakee's going to get 5 for the team point there and go up 11-0.
Must be old school rap night here. We got
yeah, can't touch us. Little MC Hammer in the background. Emilio Hernandez, 120 pounds, versus Colton Nektaval from Waunakee.
Emilio is senior this year in his 4th year wrestling. Neck Vadel, lots of varsity
And there's
experience.
a head throw. Right to his back.
Lots of varsity experience last year wrestling at 113. This is one I think we kind of got to have here. Emilio, brothers wrestled back in the day. Cody and Koya, if you're out there watching, I hope you're watching your little brother, making you proud. He's a 1%er. Representing Watertown against Colton Neckvettel for Waunakee.
Yeah, Waunakee's gathering up some back points here again. 35
Got to watch
seconds
that
left in the
elbow.
first
That's
period. 3 near fall,
Signals
potentially
back points,
dangerous.
Potentially dangerous.
Yeah, Emilio's arm was kind of getting wrapped around the back of his head there.
So 18.4 seconds left in the first period. Waunakee coach just checking on back points there. Looks like the official waved it off, and we're going to go into it with a 5-0 lead for Waunakee.
"15 seconds left here." Oh, I thought Emilio was going to get up and out of there.
Yeah,
Waunakee with the mat
Emilio,
return.
you know, spending some time on bottom there, but you can see he's got a lot of spunk. He's never going to stop wrestling. You see him fighting for hand control. Apparently, he's a big MC Hammer fan. You know, this period he's down 5-0. Second period, he's going to definitely have to bring out the hammer time here on Neckvettel if he wants to take over. Calling to wrestle on the feet. And we got another wardrobe malfunction for a mask change.
Yeah, looks like he got a strap that ripped.
Oh, he's got some blood
And
in
he's
his
got a
mask.
bloody
It
nose
looks
inside
like
his mask.
that happens. Well, we got a break in the action. Big thanks to Coach Best. He coached a lot of these guys last year on the middle school team, and you can see how successful they were on the JV. Coach, what did we have for a JV total there? Were we 2 losses and 7 or 8 wins, something like that?
Yeah, it looks like we had 8 wins, 2 losses.
8 wins and 2 losses. That's a good showing by a successful group of our JV kids. Big props to them. Hopefully their families are at home watching. Emilio back to the center, chooses feet.
Emilio out front with a front headlock. However, Waunakee is able to capitalize on that. Score a 2 takedown. And immediately puts the legs in and is working a leg ride. Looks like we're going to stop again here for blood. Or mask, one of those.
Looks like we're going to get a restart. That's kind of a blessing there for us. Waunakee throws in the boots right away. Emilio's got to look to stop that before it gets in there. Catch that heel coming in. Working the power half.
And Waunakee's getting some swipes on the near fall here. 55 seconds left. Kind of looks like he's got a scissors lock on the body there.
Yeah. Extending that wrist. It's a helpless position to be in. But again, you see Emilio. He's not going to stop. He's going to keep trying to bridge through that.
And there's the pinfall.
Into the second period. A fall.
Well, this is going to take us to 126 pounds. Oscar Wilkowski is going to be wrestling at 126. Should be noted that Oscar is currently ranked number 11 in the 120-pound weight class against Colby Hines, who was also previously ranked number 7 at 132. So it looks like Colby dropped down to 126, and Oscar is moving up to 126 tonight to get a really good match.
Yeah, Hines is senior. Wilkowski is sophomore. These are the big kind of matchups you'd see, you know, typically at in the championship at a big tournament. This year, without those tournaments, this is going to be a fun night for those of you watching at home. We appreciate it. Looks like we've got quite a few viewers tonight. Looking to increase our base of watchers at home to grow the sport.
Little shot, reshot there. Both wrestlers fighting for position.
Yeah, Oscar
is definitely bringing the pace here.
Kind of a unique tie. His elbows are up a little, but he actually has inside control there.
Nice duck under, and he clutcks the 2-point takedown.
A nice little slick setup there.
Fantastic. Cross wrist ride.
Yeah, that cross wrist ride is something I know Coach Dilcher, you know, Illinois native, successful high school wrestler, wrestled at lacrosse, bringing with him with all his experience and has continued that tradition of wrist riding.
Points.
And Wilkowski with a slick little chin back. Gets 2 swipes there for 2 back points. He should transition to the half.
Nice.
Couldn't quite get there.
So again, like I said, Hines is ranked number 7 at 132 pounds. Oscar is sitting at 120 pounds, ranked number 11. So Oscar is definitely bringing the heat right now and is in total control of this match.
Well, I certainly hope Coach McGarvey's at home watching this. I'm guessing he is. Maybe he knows somebody he could possibly talk to about those rankings, as we see 2 of the best in the state battling it out here in the second period. Wilkowski with a 4-0 lead over Colby Hines. Wilkowski, the sophomore, Hines, the junior. Hines looking to the corner, chooses down.
Yeah, right now we're in a good spot here. Oscar's in control of this match, 4-0 against a very, very good wrestler. Chooses a lefty ride to start. Immediate breakdown.
Nearly gets the back points there.
Almost gets a couple of swipes there. We should be getting swipes right now.
Got a swipe, but not the back points.
There we go. 1, 2.
I wonder if Hines even knows he's in trouble there.
3 swipes. Time for Oscar to readjust.
I gotta disagree with the way those swipes went there. Unless he gave him the 3.
I think we should have got 3 back points.
He definitely should have gotten 3 back points there. You don't stop swiping just because of a position change. Folks at home, got to have 45 degrees of turn, and you got to be within, I believe it's 9 inches of the mat. But still, 2 back points. When you have high caliber wrestling like this, that's a lot. So 1 minute left in the second period. Wachowski up 6-0 against one of Waunakee's finest, Colby Hines. You know, Hines was a conference champ last year, state qualifier last year. Folks at home who are new to this, we're in the Badger Conference, arguably the toughest conference in all of wrestling right now.
Yeah, and a nice thing is Oscar is continuing to apply the pressure, continuing to try to work moves, and just being relentless on top.
Yeah, I'm really hoping, and I'm guessing they are, but I'm hoping Bryson and Caleb are at home watching, maybe picking up some pointers. Lincoln, you're probably out there watching too with your dad. This is a kind of kid you want to emulate. I mean, he is nonstop, much like a lot of these other Goslings. You know, they might be giving up some experience or some age, but they're going to push the pressure. And yeah, I mean that's some solid riding there when Waunakee chooses down, and we pick up another 4 points to go up 8-0 going into the third period. We're at the 126-pound match. Watertown team scored down 17-0 against Waunakee here at the Fieldhouse.
Yeah, Oscar is doing a fantastic job against a very tough opponent here. First 2 periods, he has just been in total control.
Coach Nick Ryan over there on the score clock, running it like a champ. We got Kalen Logan on the books. We got some history in wrestling over there at the table. Those folks have spent a lot of time in the wrestling room. Hines looking for the head throw.
I don't know that he's got an arm in there.
No,
Does he have an arm?
I don't think he does have the elbow, but I don't know if he's got it quite tight enough. And a kid of Oscar's caliber is not going to give that up. Keeps the underhook. Nearly scores the takedown himself.
Yeah, that's 2 half-hearted attempts at a head throw by Colby. I think he's trying to just reach in the bottom of the tank and come out with something here.
Oh, Wachowski with another takedown. It looks like he's going to cut him. He's looking for the tech fall is my guess. He's up 11-0. Man, I hope folks are tuned in at home, but holy cow, this is above and beyond what I expected out of Wachowski.
Yeah, 39 seconds left, and it's been
just
total
that club
domination
there against what would normally be, this Hines dropping down a weight class. You see his brother, Coach Edward Wachowski, successful all-time win leader at Watertown, literally on the edge of his seat, watching his brother. He's sure he's making him proud.
And
Oscar with another takedown, 10 seconds left. He's up 13-1. And he's not going to quit there. He could be happy with the major. A lot of kids would slow down there and be happy with the big lead, but he's looking to score team points.
Yeah, this has been an absolutely fantastic match by Oscar. He's been in total control the whole time, 13-1 against a higher-ranked opponent, Colby Hines.
Wow, Coach.
Decision for Oscar Wachowski from Watertown. 17-4 is the team score in favor of Waunakee. Next up at 132.
Total domination there, Mark. That was fantastic.
I mean, that's why we paid to get in here, right? I mean, that's the big stuff right there.
Well, this is going to be kind of neat. We're going to see the littlest Wachowski tonight. Frank, which is Oscar's little brother, cracking the varsity lineup, I believe, for the first time this year at 132 pounds. He's going to be wrestling Dane Spencer from Waunakee. Dane is a freshman with a pretty good youth history to him.
Yeah, you'll see a couple freshmen here, both very experienced youth wrestlers. Frank wrestles a little differently, you'll notice. He loves that upper body stuff. He loves to hit big moves.
Yeah, I would assume at some point we're going to see a throw out of Frank.
Good to see him on the mat, though. Oh,
nice,
look at that
beautiful duck
Coach.
under.
I'm not going to lie, that's one of the better ducks I've seen all season.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Frank goes up 2-0, cuts him.
And I know both those guys would be hoping their little sister Minka's watching at home. And their family, just big wrestling supporters.
Frank with another takedown, going up 4-1. 1 minute, 4 seconds left in the first period.
Oh, transitions
suck
into
back,
that
and we're
chin
going to
back
get some
too.
back points.
Wow.
Frank's
We've
got him
seen
on his
two of
back.
those tonight.
We need a pin here.
Pin would be huge,
and
Coach.
I think we're getting it. There. Oh, nice.
Oh, keep that hook. Keep that hook. There you go, Frank. And you see Frank getting perpendicular.
33 seconds left.
Let's see what he's transitioned to under there. I think it looks like he's switching to a barbed wire. Oh, he switches to the cradle.
14 seconds left.
Waunakee wisely grabs that leg to avoid the pin. Wachowski's got to be careful here, though. Oh. Waunakee pulls a reversal at the end to catch up a little bit there. Watertown, Wachowski up 7-3.
That'd be a good time for a challenge, Brick, if they let us have him here.
I know. I think that was a little
really close to time going out
premature
there.
On the reversal there.
Frank's going to be up 7-3 going into the second period. Neutral. Over and under. This might be the throw.
Oh, boy.
Waunakee initiates the throw. Frank sags the hips. Comes up with the 2 takedown. Goes up 11-3.
So 11-3 gets us the major, but I don't think Wachowski's going to be happy with that.
Yeah, he's got to be looking for a pin here. Every point matters. Minute 29 left in the second period. A lot of wrestling left here still. And he's going to suck him back again. Frank's got him on his back again. Maybe jump sides here and put him in a headlock.
Yeah, Frank
needs to arch that back.
He can extend
get his
that
head
wrist, arch.
And there it is. Pinfall. 132 pounds. Frank Wilkowski.
Well,
freshman over Dane Spencer Waunakee.
Welcome to varsity, Frank Wilkowski. That's a good way to get going, right? So brings us a little closer. 10-17 team score. We're still down. And again here, another huge match. Sam Lorenz, Waunakee star, powerhouse wrestler, ranked number 3, up against our very own Walker Wickman, who's currently listed as an honorable mention in the All-State rankings.
Yeah, this is going to be another good one. If Walker can come out and make a good showing here tonight and knock off Sam Lorenz, that's going to be huge.
Fun fact about Walker Wickman, Coach. I just learned this tonight from Mr. Steve Frank, one of our middle school coaches. The kid has seen every John Wayne movie. Have you seen every John Wayne movie, Coach?
I have not, Coach.
So I know my father-in-law, Jerry Wagner, has probably seen every John Wayne movie. Walker Wickman, every John Wayne movie, that's what I'm told. Pretty impressive feat. Yeah, I agree, though. This is going to be an exciting match. Again, another one that you normally see at the finals of a big tournament somewhere, but Sam Lorenz versus Walker Wickman at 138 here at the Fieldhouse in Watertown. Waunakee with a narrow edge, 17-10 over Watertown.
Lorenz is a senior here. Walker's a junior. Both hard-nosed kids.
Yeah, Lorenz, sectional champ, I believe, last year. State qualifier, nearly missed the podium. Lots of state-level experience. I don't remember who he lost to, but I just remember his bracket last year was stacked at state. Looks inside trip there. Gets Walker to his
kind of
back.
got caught there a little bit. Lorenz tosses him to his back. And we're going to have a pinfall at 138 pounds. Sam Lorenz, ranked number 3 in the state, over Walker Wickman.
For Waunakee, Sam Lorenz.
Well, I would have liked to see that one go a little further there.
Yeah. That's tough when you get caught in technique like that, sort of an unorthodox inside trip. Walker's going to go think about that one for a little while, I'm sure, and he's the kind of kid I
if I know Walker at all, that's going to be motivation for him to keep working hard in the wrestling room.
That was exactly what I was thinking. He's the kind of kid who's going to bounce back from that stronger than ever, and he's going to think to himself, better that happened right now in Watertown in a nearly empty gym than at the state tournament or something like that. I know he's got high aspirations for himself. Very driven kid. Lots of confidence.
Yeah, as we're waiting for the mats to dry here, our next match is going to be Owen Zingler from Watertown and Gabe Goralski from Waunakee. Goralski is a sophomore, facing off against Zingler here. Zingler's been wrestling pretty good as of late.
Yeah,
Seeing a lot of good things with him. He's been a youth kid through the years, consistently in the varsity lineup, and is really getting to a point now where he's helping contribute to the team, and that's nice to see.
Yeah, he's looked really good the last couple times we saw him. Another kid who's grown into his body, getting stronger, flowing between his moves a lot quicker than he used to. I'm assuming with the tough room he's in, wrestling with Walker and Oscar and Frank and all our really good freshmen, Casey Logan and Colton. I know he tangles around with those guys once in a while, I'm sure, and just tough wrestling room to be in, and I'm sure that's helping him get better too.
Yeah, I just got a message from Katie Perro, Oscar and Frank's mom. She wants to give a big shout out to her dad, Tim Perro. That Perro family's been a long legacy in the Watertown wrestling program. Glenn and Ben were both outstanding wrestlers. Katie was obviously their sister, and now her boys have come up through our program. We did lose Edward last year, his senior year, but we still got Oscar and Frank here keeping the tradition going.
And here we go, folks. This is going to be a big match for Watertown, down 10-23. We got some ground to make up here. Goralski, lots of experience on varsity last year, and split time between varsity and JV. So Zingler's going to have to keep moving, use his length to his advantage, stop that boot from getting in there. That's the second time tonight we've had trouble with the leg riders.
Yeah, Waunakee goes up to a quick 2-0 here. If you're just checking in with us, it's Watertown Goslings versus Waunakee Warriors. Home varsity dual meet. Waunakee is out in front right now, 23-10. And we're at the 145-pound match.
Yeah, you saw Owen try to grab that inside heel there and scoot his hips to get the leg rider off. It's one of those positions that doesn't happen all the time, but you definitely got to know how to get out of it or at least to neutralize it.
Yeah, Waunakee continues to ride those legs.
Yeah, sort of a neutral position. They're riding parallel there. I hear a couple people yelling for the stalling call, which I would not be surprised if we get that call with all the parallel riding. But then Waunakee gets off to the hip there. Tries to stick the heels in again. Zingler wisely keeps his elbows in. I don't think he's going to let that happen again. Owen's super smart kid. I think he's going to learn a lot from that, going down 2-0. He's not going to be happy with that, but I think he learned a lot from that period. Chooses to wrestle on the feet this period. And again, Goralski tries to throw those legs in. Zingler not quite quick enough to stop that. Owen gets the one escape. Goralski right back in control with the 2 takedown. Owen's got to string it together here. Goralski decides to cut him. He's up 6-2. Got to keep those elbows in. Goralski's quick. Hits the duck. Owen with a nice sprawl. Should apply pressure to the head and gets 2. Thanks, Coach. Big shout out to our athletic director, Mr. Coach Jamie Kep. Appreciate him and Miss Piasecki putting this all together. You know, we've mentioned in the past with COVID, we hit some walls, we hit some speed bumps, but our staff here is so amazing. We looked at it as an opportunity to get better. We're lucky enough to have Tyler with the technical savvy to set up all this video for us. So now we got people watching all over the state. So again, difficulty becomes an opportunity. And Owen takes control of that period with a nice ride out there. 4-6 going into the third period. Waunakee with a 23-10 team score lead here at the Fieldhouse in Watertown. So again, as we're moving into the third period, Waunakee is down. Watertown chooses to ride. Owen uses that length to go for that far wrist. Kids watching at home, that's a dominant ride. You always want to know your first piece of technique, your first move to stop the escape. And Owen did a nice job there doing just that. You'd like to see him on his toes a little bit more, applying a little bit more pressure. He's doing a good job staying behind the elbows, trying for a half, but he's got to break down those hips first. He's just not quite enough muscle against Goralski. Goralski's a strong kid. Again, he's only a sophomore, but he's got a lot of varsity experience, split in time last year between JV and varsity. Owen manages to pull out the stall call on Goralski. That's something that'll hopefully help pick up the action. 4-6, 1 minute left here. If we thought we could get 2 takedowns, we maybe would cut him, but I don't know if we can make that happen in 50 seconds against a solid wrestler like Goralski.
And Zingler gives up the reversal. Waunakee goes up ahead 8-4, 34 seconds left.
So now Owen's down 4 points. He's got to really build up. Try to go for the reversal and put Goralski to his back.
Yeah, maybe a Peterson, something to that effect, something where you might maybe get a few back swipes out of it, but 11 seconds left. I don't think we're going to make
that
up that
leg,
difference.
and there's not a lot Owen's going to be able to do under there with that much time left. I think he learned a lot from this match. Like I said, good kid. Cares a lot about his teammates. Big heart. He's not happy with that. He's going to learn, and I think he's going to be much better at stopping those leg riders in the future.
26-10, favor Waunakee.
So losing a narrow decision to Goralski, Zingler falls. That's going to bring the team score to 26-10. Waunakee.
The next match, that's 152.
Yeah, so we're going to go to 152 pounds.
Casey Logan.
Watertown's Casey Logan versus Waunakee's Scott Jessic. Yeah, Jessic is a junior coming in here tonight from Waunakee.
Jessic, another experienced wrestler in Waunakee's lineup. They don't have a lot of beginners because their youth program is so good. Casey's been wrestling for a real long time, successful varsity wrestler. Hoping for a big swing here.
Beautiful
Casey
fireman's to his back, rolls through, 2 takedown, Casey.
What do you call that, Coach, there? The legless fireman's or something like that. Almost like an arm spin. Casey, another big wrestling family in town here, the Logan family. Coach Bob's probably watching somewhere at home. His wife Keisha, a very supportive, awesome person to have around the program. Got to wrestle with their little guys, Joe and Ben, tonight. As impressed as I am with their wrestling abilities, those kids are pretty darn good dodgeball players, too. Kid's got a cannon on him.
Yeah, obviously Coach Logan's been with this program for a long time. He was my varsity coach when I was attending Watertown High School. Coach Logan started wrestling back in 1985. Wisconsin Dells native. Placed 5th at state in 1986. Ranked number 2 in Class B at 185 in 1987. But succumbed to an injury at sectionals. Well, Casey gets a pinfall there, which is good news for the team score. Brings us up to 16, Waunakee at 26. Just to continue, Coach Logan has coached over 40 state qualifiers, including 4 champions, 5 runners-up, and has been coaching since 1987 at Madison West High School, where he started. Yeah,
that's another member of the coaching staff besides Coach Bob Logan is Nick Logan, Casey's older brother. Wrestled for me in youth and been around the program for a long time. Started wrestling when he was about 7 years old. 4-year varsity wrestler, 130 career wins, took 5th at state. Second year helping out. He's been graduated for a couple years now. The youth kids love him up in the room. He's got tons of energy. He appreciates the sport so much, and he definitely wants to give back any way he can. He's definitely a guy who's going to get on the mat and push the kids, helping them to be more successful. Again, talking to Casey, he's really proud of these guys and the adversity they're facing this year. how discouraged they were from missing all these matches, but they're coming back with a positive attitude, and you can see it paying off here.
Well, this should be a good matchup here. 160 pounds, Colton Blom from Watertown versus Brayson Ellis from Waunakee. Ellis is ranked number 7 currently in the state rankings at 160 pounds. Colton comes in ranked at number 10. So number 6 versus 10 tonight, Mark.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one, Coach. I hope it lives up to the billing. Ellis is a regional champ, state qualifier. Of course, we know Colton was a state qualifier last year. Fun kid to coach at the youth level and came up through the high school, just getting better every year. Stronger. Everybody knows it's no secret he's a cradle machine. So, yeah, this should be a good match. It's not very often you get this many matches of all-state wrestler versus an all-state wrestler, a ranked wrestler versus a ranked wrestler. So, folks at home, hopefully you can appreciate what's happening here. And Blum with the first takedown on a miss. It looked like a head seal. I looked away for a second there.
Yeah, he definitely
right away,
tried to
digging in on
hammer him
that
with
head
throw.
Looking to use his length to his advantage. Colton's really good at using his leverage. You know, there's a lot of kids who are long like Colton, but he's able to gain leverage more efficiently than a lot of kids of his build. So 33 seconds left in the first period here at the 160-pound match. Colton Blom up 2-0 against Brayson Ellis. Number 10 versus number 7.
Yeah, Colton had that cradle locked up for a second. 18 seconds left, period number 1. Colton's up 2-0.
Colton's doing a nice job rocking back and forth, and it's very minor, but you see him kicking out that heel every once in a while so that Ellis isn't able to continue to build up that base. Forces the bottom wrestler to expend a lot of energy. So a nice ride out there against a really tough wrestler in Ellis.
Yeah, Colton looked good on top there for that period.
I love that he's choosing down, too, against an experienced kid like Ellis. It's a sign of confidence. Colton looks like he's ready to go.
Lefty ride by Brayson. Colton's in a quad pod.
Colton right away getting hand control. Ellis reaching over the top. You know, that's a cradle technique there, and Colton wisely stops it by grabbing the fingers. He's got to work up to his base, though, elbows to knees, but he's maintaining good hand control. You know, Ellis is a strong kid.
Yeah, Brayson's just trying to outmuscle him with that front
is not
quarter
going to work
Nelson.
against Colton, but Ellis wisely bails out and goes with the shuck to get back in control. Transitions to the spiral. I think Ellis is not unsure of what he can do here.
"57 seconds left. Colton's just got to get to his feet here and get his one.
Yeah,
Brayson
44
is
seconds
just
left.
hanging
He's
on.
got to get the one. Locked hands call. Hopefully Blom knows that. He's got the free move here. I don't know, Coach. I think he's got to let him wrestle there. He almost had the escape there on the feet.
Yeah, especially when he's up on his feet out in front like that. I think that was a little bit of an early stoppage for that.
That's unfortunate. That could have given us the 4-0 lead. We'll have to settle for 3-0 with the technical violation for the locked hands there.
26 seconds left. We can capitalize and get one more here. We'll be sitting in good position. Ellis is just kind of sitting on top, parallel.
Yeah, we saw this from a few of the other Waunakee wrestlers. They kind of threw the boots in and stayed parallel. I don't know if he's out of gas or if he's just running out of answers for Colton. Colton's, tough kid. Ellis, though, senior, regional champ, state qualifier, lots of experience. I'm looking for an exciting third period.
Yeah, Ellis chooses neutral going into the third period. He's down by 3. So obviously he's going to be looking for a takedown and some back points. He's in on the double. Colton steps over.
Oh, wow.
And 2 takedown for Colton.
That's good stuff right there. Blom nearly gives up the takedown. Hips over, gets the takedown himself. Immediately hooks the ankle, looking for a far side. So kids at home, we went through that yesterday. Hopefully you're supposed to pin that hand to the mat so that his leg doesn't move back. It's hard to fight a leg against the hand, but Colton's doing a nice job folding him up with a 5-0 lead in the third period.
Minute 14 left. Colton stays in control here. Yeah, Ellis is kind of just sitting there with his head on his mat. And there we have the warning stalling on Ellis. 44 seconds left.
Yeah, Colton seems to just have all the answers tonight. I love the swagger. I love how conditioned he looks. My wife makes fun of me because I brag about how tough our wrestling rooms and how well conditioned our guys are. And 42 seconds left. Let's see if that conditioning pays off.
Yeah, Colton goes with the lefty ride. Hitting that spiral right away. Ellis tries a Granby. Colton follows and remains on top and in control. 30 seconds left. This is going to be a big win for Colton if he can hang on here. Again, Ellis is ranked number 7 in the state. Colton is sitting at number 10 in the state.
Yeah, he's trying a little bit. He's going for that cradle again. I'd like to see him flatten him out first. He's going to have a little bit better success with it. You hear his coaches yelling arm chop, but he's got him on the belly now with 7 seconds left. Let's see if he can turn him and get the 3 back points for the major. That would be huge. Hey, he got 2.5 swipes, 2 back points, 7-0 victory. Colton Blom, ranked 10th in the state over Bryson Ellis, ranked 7th in the state. Huge victory.
Yeah, another fantastic win there by Colton, beating a higher-ranked opponent. That's going to take us over to 170 pounds. Over on the other mat, Brian Cronquist versus Waunakee's Charles Burkhart.
So this one, Coach, just so the audience is aware at home, I believe the situation is Burkhart did not make weight tonight, but Watertown wisely chose to get a match anyway. They don't want to give up on the experience of allowing Cronquist to wrestle, so we will get the 6 points. And Cronquist wastes no time, blast double.
Yeah, that was definitely the textbook blast double there.
I'm going to call that the double of the night. That was nice. Always fun to watch. Cronquist, super tough kid. Pops through another double.
He's kind of got a Turk going there.
Yeah. I believe he's going to call.
Potentially dangerous. That leg was getting in a little bit of a funny spot. Cronquist up.
Yeah, Burkhart Sr. wrestled quite a few matches last year. Solid kid looking to fill in their varsity lineup. Yeah, I think that's he's got a few pounds on Brian, but you see Brian just explosive, crisp technique. Hopefully he's going to try to clear that arm, maybe hit an arm spin here. Don't spend too much time there, maybe a drag by. Goes to the over-under. Oh, and an inside trip. Cronquist takes him to his back with the inside trip.
Yeah, big shout out to Kevin Wilson tonight here. I just saw the flash of the camera over there.
Cronquist with the pin over Borkart. Yeah, Kevin, such a great guy. Been covering the wrestling team, giving us lots of props. Early on in those years, Coach, when you and I were first, getting it rolling, he'd throw our youth articles in the paper. In fact, that reminds me we should probably write something up for this season. But Kevin, just a great guy over there at the paper. Just wants to see kids get noticed for their hard work. Big wrestling supporter. Man, look at Carson Crom spray that mat. Wow. That is quick, effective technique.
All right, here we go at 182
lost
pounds.
My train of thought there as I had to move the camera over to the next match. We got freshman Braden Holloman against Caden Hooker. Hooker, a junior, solid wrestler, took third in conference last year. And again, I mentioned our conference is extremely difficult. Holloman, successful youth wrestler.
Yeah, and Braden is still pretty new to the sport.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of growth potential here, and I'm excited to see what he can do in the years to come. Freshman wrestling 182 pounds is no small feat.
Yeah.
But he's definitely not one of those kids that's going to back down from a fight.
No, Coach, and it's a kind of cliche, but you can't coach that, and that is certainly true. Possibly should stop touching his headgear, though. I might go crazy if I see him do that again. But, yeah, I like this kid a lot. I wrestled with him a lot last year in youth. He's just got tons of heart, wants to learn so bad. He'll wrestle around with anybody, doesn't care who they are. He'll put in extra time. And we don't have these big kids coming in as freshmen. This year we do, and our 8th grade group is no different. Coming in next year, we're going to have a true heavyweight. Oh, Holloman with the reversal against the experienced Caden Hooker. Tying the match up. Holloman cuts him, goes down 5-4 with 22 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, I don't think we saw Daniel Ford tonight, right?
Looks like Ford's going to be at 220, Coach. What you'd like to see here is Holloman push the pace like he did in the last dual meet. Push the pace and take control in the third period. Hooker tries the head throw, and Holloman, wise beyond his years, doesn't fall for it, slides his hips out, doesn't get caught.
Waunakee chooses neutral going into the second period. Two takedown Waunakee to go up 7-4 over Holloman. 1:25 seconds left in the second period. If you're just tuning in with us, the team score has now been taken down to a 1-point deficit. Waunakee is ahead 26-25. So we're getting to be a barn burner here tonight, Mark.
Yeah, 25-26. You were talking earlier in the night about how important every point is. Folks watching at home, we're seeing that unfold right in front of us here. Waunakee, state caliber wrestling team, honorable mention, loaded with talent, loaded with experienced wrestlers up and down the lineup. Even their freshmen are experienced. So, great match. It's going to be a close one.
42 seconds left, second period. Waunakee on top, 7-4. It'd be nice to see Braden get one here. Get one escape. Try to get that down to a 2-point deficit and go neutral in the third period here to tie this puppy up. Waunakee stops that first move.
Hooker goes immediately to that wrist ride, which should look familiar to our guys. That's one of our things, our pieces of technique that we've really emphasized. Coach Dilcher's got him doing that in the room quite a bit.
We're going to get a stalling red.
Stalling on red. Yeah, I find it hard when somebody's riding parallel and grabbing your wrists. I understand the call, but I don't necessarily agree with it. I might be a little biased.
Well, he actually called stalling on Waunakee there.
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, in that case, it was an excellent call.
Oh,
I think that might have been a locked hands there. I'm not sure.
Braden's going to go neutral.
I like the confidence. Holloman down 4-7 with 2 minutes in the third as we start out this period. Watertown down 25-26 in a tight dual meet matchup.
Yeah, we got to find a way to get this one here. Braden's got to dig deep.
I think Holloman's got to move him around and try to tire him out and hope to capitalize. Coach Dilcher reminding him not to just hang there. Watch the head throw. Pop your head out the back. Oh. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. He doesn't have... I did not see an arm in there. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have it locked.
No arm, but he didn't lock it with his other arm.
I couldn't quite see. So Holloman going to get checked out by the trainer, possibly some blood there. While we got a lull in the action, I wanted to thank another coach who I've gotten to know over the years. Great guy, JJ. Big shout out to JJ Whaley, another Illinois guy. Started wrestling, he was a 9. Quite the accomplishments in high school. 3rd place as a freshman, 3-time state champion. Been coaching here for a few years. Guy just wants to give back to the kids. Such a positive attitude working with our lighter wrestlers. You know, I know he's really proud of what they've done this year, and again in a difficult season. Really grateful to have a guy of that caliber in our room helping out with the kids. You know, Illinois is a tough wrestling state.
Yeah, while we're waiting for this blood to get cleaned up here, a huge shout out to Ella Fultz, who's been the manager this year. Many things go on behind the scenes that Ella does help out to contribute to the program and make it run successfully.
Yeah, Fultz family, another good wrestling family. Yeah. Greg was a coach for a while, officiated for a while. Taylor, I coached back in the day. Taylor helps out at every darn thing he can possibly be at, you know, living in Illinois right now. So appreciate what Ella's doing for the team.
Yeah, she does the stats, the recording, you know, pretty much whatever they ask of her to get done. She's doing that on a daily basis, and the program's really grateful to have her help. And huge shout out to Ella Fultz.
Yeah, I've been around a lot of good wrestlers, but only a handful of good managers, so they're hard to come by. All my managers were good over the years, but they're just hard to find. Coach Dilcher, masterfully cleaning up the mat. Been a pleasure getting to know him, too. Another Illinois guy, as I mentioned. Coach started wrestling in 3rd grade. You know, and I talked to him a lot about youth wrestling and his philosophies on how to push kids and make them better. And so kind of a fun fact is he never made it to youth state as a kid. But he did have 100 wins in high school in Illinois, which is an incredible accomplishment. 45 wins his senior year. was a state placer down in Illinois, national team member for Team Illinois for 2 years, wrestled D3 UW lacrosse, varsity wrestler there for Coach Malachek. Extremely successful program. We're lucky to have him. Back in action here, Holloman down 5-9. So you see the, that's another locked hands there that did not get called. So now down 5-11. Holloman goes down. Hooker chooses to cut him.
And we have blood time.
So Coach Dilcher again, this is his 6th year here at Watertown. He says that since graduating high school, he always knew he wanted to get into coaching wrestling. He's blessed to have phenomenal men to look up to and paved their way when it comes to wrestling. He wants to give back and shape the lives of younger wrestlers and push them to their limits and beyond. He's a well-liked teacher down at the middle school, so I can attest to that in his character. He says, to me, this sport is more than just wrestling and provides character, leadership, and the will to never give up. When athletes come through the program, it's not about the wins or losses. It's about the young men or women they become. He's extremely proud of the guys this season. Here we are back in action, 5-11, 1:03 left. Holloman's going to need to do something kind of big here to get 5, maybe 5-point throw or a feet to back.
Yeah, 50 seconds left. Sweep single.
He's in on the leg. Sweep, which is Holloman still's got the leg, but the official calls for the takedown there. Now Hooker actually gets the takedown. And it looks like we're going to have blood time again with 30.9. Hooker's going to maintain a 13-6 lead.
Fun fact about Braden, his pre-mat snack of choice is Jimmy John's and gummy bears.
Big fan of Jimmy John's. I don't know about the gummy bears, but good for him to have a tradition. I guess we're a Blue Gatorade family. That's our pre-match tradition. So, yeah. Coach again said he's proud of the guys this season. Especially considering we didn't even think it was going to happen this year. They work hard. They don't complain. They make every moment count. I know these kids in the hallways, and there's some great leadership in that room. It's pretty awesome to watch this happen. He says that having this sport this year especially has been a blessing for many of our athletes. He's proud of the community, the school members, and our athletic director, Jamie Kep, for giving the support and making it happen this year. Also want to thank our central office administrators, Superintendent Cassandra Shug for helping this happen, and our school board, who I hope are being supportive of this because this is certainly important to these boys. I can't think of a better way to build your immune system, that's for sure. Braden.
Yeah, we're looking to save a team point here. Waunakee elected to allow Braden up.
Down 6, you definitely don't want to give up that takedown. Is standing a little bit straight up.
He's got to hold on for 8 seconds.
Probably the right thing to do here is to latch on and grab the leg. Grab on. Does not give up the takedown, so Hooker is not going to get the major. It looks like Waunakee's going to take a 29-25 lead.
Yeah, that could end up being big, Coach. Save the team point there. They were looking for the major.
I know Braden believed in every fiber of his body that he could win that match, but I'll tell you what, that is a great match right there against a very talented wrestler in Cade and Hooker. You know, Hooker took 3rd at conference last year, so to bring a freshman out there at that weight class and to perform like that, quite impressive.
Yeah, next up we're going to go to 195 pounds. Tyler Haberstetzer versus
Jacob Lightfoot.
How do you say that, Coach?
I want to say maybe not. Lifetog? Lifetog. We're going to go with Lifetog. I apologize to the Lifetog family if I'm mispronouncing that. Jacob, a sophomore wrestling for Waunakee. Very good JV record last year. Tyler, a freshman.
Ooh, there's a blast double. Tyler locks up around the body.
If he can scoot those hips.
Yeah, he's going to have to belly out.
He's not going to be able to lift there. Yeah, Tyler, you're asking a lot out of a freshman to wrestle 195. I'm guessing Tyler's probably more around 185, maybe 190 after a Jimmy John sub, but
yeah, Tyler's fighting off his back here. We're sitting at 5-0 right now in favor of Waunakee. 53 seconds left. And there's the pinfall.
It looks like Lifetog pulled out the pin there. I couldn't really see the shoulders, but
Waunakee 35, Watertown 25.
So I think what they did here, Coach, is they bumped up Daniel Ford, Waunakee, who is currently ranked honorable mention at 182 pounds, all the way up to 220 pounds to wrestle O'Byron. Probably purely strategy. In a tight match like this, those decisions make the difference.
Yeah, Ford, definitely solid. Regional champ, took third at sectionals. Good varsity record last year, lots of experience. O'Byron's going to have his hands full. Hopefully he can use his explosiveness and his blast double to neutralize it. Getting back to that middle school program, we got our first legit heavyweight coming in next year. We got a handful of 160, 170-pound kids and a 180-pound kid, and a nice addition of some smaller kids, too. So it looks like the balance is going to be there moving forward for us. So I'm excited when I see this lineup. It's tough to put these young guys out there at the heavier weights, but we'll definitely be able to fill that out a little bit more in the years to come.
Yeah, this is definitely the swing match right here. Waunakee's sitting at a 10-point lead. We need at least a major decision here to give us a chance.
Yeah, down 35-25. We got to make up that 10-point gap. Let's see what O'Byron can do.
A pinfall would be great. But again, Daniel Ford is ranked honorable mention at 182 pounds. Obviously giving up quite a bit of weight here, but obviously Waunakee has confidence in their wrestler to go out and compete at this weight class and try to get them a win.
Yeah, if O'Byron can maintain the pace and remain somewhat mistake-free, and he... Yeah, goes for the head throw, but a kid of that caliber is not going to fall for that, and he re-rolls and takes O'Byron to his back. I like to see the aggression, but maybe not against somebody of that caliber this early in the match. So at 220, Lee is going to go down at least 5-0. He's looking to fight off his back with 42 seconds left in the match. You see Tate Hernandez watching closely. That's his practice partner. For those of you who don't know wrestling, when your buddy's on the mat, you live every moment with them. And unfortunately, Lee gets pinned with 20 seconds left against a really talented Waunakee wrestler in Daniel Ford, the senior.
That's going to seal the deal tonight for the dual meet score. We do have one more final match here. At 285 pounds, Tate Hernandez versus Jack Schweitzer from Waunakee. Schweitzer was a 221 pounder.
So I want to thank Tyler. He just reminded me of something very important. Part of the reason why Coach and I are here is to recruit new wrestlers. And you guys see how much fun these guys are having out there, win or lose, and how they're supporting each other. I was just talking to a parent the other day about how much I believe in this sport. We got a couple new kids on our youth team, and they're loving it. And I believe what it does for these kids is something pretty special. So if you're interested in wrestling for us, we'd love to have you out there. Join the Watertown Youth Wrestling Facebook page, Watertown USA Youth Wrestling Facebook page. We have a huge facility over in Oconomowoc we're using this season so that we can safely distance and provide better partners and more coaching. It's been a really great experience. Typically, we'd wrestle in the high school wrestling room. Over the years, we've really built this program, growing every year. We have a fantastic middle school program that was hugely successful last year. Coach Best and Coach Sipple ran it last year. This year, Coach Josh Barnett and Steve Frank are running it with Brian Ryan and Nick Ryan coaching down there as well. I try to make it down there once a week at least. It's a great thing to be a part of. So Said Hernandez now wrestling against Jack Schweitzer.
Yeah, Schweitzer's usually their 220-pounder. Obviously, with that strategic move that Waunakee did, moving some guys around, Schweitzer's asked to wrestle heavyweight here and tries a head throw, and Said just ducks it and collects those first 2 points of the period here.
Yeah, Said a little too strong for that. He pops right through that attempted head throw by Schweitzer. Schweitzer only a sophomore with a solid JV record last year. Again, just showing the talent level that Waunakee has and their ability to rebuild with young wrestlers. Quality coaching staff over there, very supportive. Want to give a shout out to my buddy Tim Decora. I don't know if he's watching, probably not, but good guy over in Waunakee. They have awesome staff over there. Said looking to dig out that arm. So we went through this last night, with our youth wrestlers. You want to really apply that forearm pressure. Owen Schoberg, hopefully you remember that and got to experience that, and we'll use that to your advantage in the future. Did I miss that, Coach? What did he just call there?
Yeah, we had a warning stalling on Said there.
Okay.
31 seconds left in the first period. 2-0. Said's got the half Nelson in on the right side, trying to walk around that head. Schweitzer, pretty tough kid, able to prevent himself from getting turned. That's going to be the end of period one. Said's going to be up 2-0. His choice. And he will choose down.
Said, having talked to him over the years, get to know him a little better. He didn't wrestle for us, but he did make a really good point, and I tried to tell my own son this, just how much better wrestling gets as you get older. As much fun as we've had at some of those youth meets, Coach, where we spend 12 hours in a gym on a Saturday. It gets better and better each year, and Said said he wants to tell all you youth wrestlers out there watching that it gets even better in high school. I'm not kidding. That's a direct quote. He's really enjoyed that process, and I'm sure he would be thanking Miss Noctegal, who's at home watching us right now. Miss Noctegal is one of the team moms who has gone above and beyond to help these kids be successful in the classroom.
Yeah, Said says that his pre-meet snack of choice is whatever Owen Zingler brings. So Owen Zingler must bring some pretty tasty treats.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind eating whatever snack Owen brings.
So Said's up and out. A minute 13 left in the second period. Goes ahead 3-0.
Tate likes wrestling on the feet, so I'm in pretty good hopes for the position we're in here with a 3-0 lead with 1 minute left in the second period. Saeed's got the underhook. I'm not sure why he's not capitalizing on that. Coach Alex is over there coaching him up on the sideline. And he gets the pin. That's awesome. Good way to finish.
3 minutes and 20 seconds. We have a ball.
So great way to finish. Is likely his last home match for the senior site. Gets the pin.
Waunakee 41. Watertown 31.
41-31, Coach. What's your takeaway from that?
Yeah, we were right in there, you know. Big swing match at 220 pounds. I think the kids wrestled great tonight. I think the match of the evening was definitely Oscar Wilkowski. He did a great job dominating that entire match against a highly ranked opponent.
All right, we'll do our best. Thanks, Coach.
They're gonna add a couple exhibitions here at the end to get some kids some extra wrestling. So we don't have sheets to go with it, but we'll try to keep you informed as who's getting these matches. But overall, I think a good showing tonight from Watertown. 41-31 loss. You know, if a couple matches go one way or the other, could be a little bit different story. I think the kids that were probably not expected to win, did a great job of, saving team points, fighting for every single point they could get, and overall, in general, just helping the team.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Coach. I mean, on paper, we were outgunned. Certainly, Waunakee quality program over the years, ranked in the state, and we put up a good performance there. Just didn't quite have the experience that they have, but I think this is going to be a fun cross-conference rivalry over the years. Most importantly, you're seeing the kids get some mat time and some good experience. That's just only going to make them better for the future. Big night here, probably the last night in the field house this season. Season's going to be a little shorter than usual, but it looks like they are going to have a state tournament series. I'm super excited about that. And we're going to continue the action with some JV exhibition matches. We're fortunate enough to see Mason Fritchey wrestle again. Mandy and Carl, I hope you're at home watching. Mason hits the high crotch right off the go. 4 seconds into the match, gets the takedown. Looks like he's going to cut him, but automatically transitions to the near side cradle.
I might be wrong, but I think that might have been Harrison May for Waunakee.
All right. Yeah, Coach, you definitely know your Waunakee wrestlers, huh?
Looks like we got that 106-pounder coming up.
So McKinley
from the varsity meet tonight, and he's going to wrestle
Noe Galdi. McKinley is really good. Giving up a little bit of weight to Noe. But I'm excited to watch this kid as a freshman coming in with this much success and ability. He's going to be one of those kids you see on the podium in conference, certainly over the years. And with continued growth, Ugalde as well. Yeah, funny enough, Coach Logan just reminded me, and I knew this because I went to grad school with Coach DeCora over in Waunakee, that they played high school football together. Tim was a great quarterback. Bob was an amazing lineman. Both of them big sports fans overall. Any sport you can imagine. Coach DeCora, I believe, played college basketball for Coach Bo Ryan over in Platteville, but I think they'd both agree that any of you football players out there who want to get better, wrestling is a wise choice for that. So McKinley with the slick little takedown there. Ugalde looking to maintain hand control. He doesn't want to give up those wrists. You know, and that's something as a second-year wrestler that really impresses me about Noe is for the lack of experience, he's still pretty solid as far as his fundamentals. I mean, he makes mistakes, but he also knows enough to try and stay out of trouble. So, yeah, Tyler made an interesting observation. Wrestlers are known to bring large quantities of foods to competition. You may see them with a griddle, perhaps, or a loaf of bread, honey sticks. Noe's going to need to fight off his back here. McKinley doesn't make a lot of mistakes here, and he can transition between those moves very quickly. Coach Whaley meeting Ugalde as he comes off the mat. I can't emphasize enough how impressive that is. I've seen a lot of wrestling over the years, and I've seen very few programs where kids get this many direct contacts with their coaches and have specific goals where they're setting. You know, we talk a lot about goal setting with our youth clubs as well. That's a great thing to have when you have a lot of coaches, which is why you see such drastic improvement with these guys.
I want to say this one might be Jaden and Emilio.
So good to see the senior Hernandez getting another chance to be on the mat. You know, a season where you typically have 40 to 50 matches if you make it the whole season. Cut down to, you know, these kids are probably going on somewhere between 7 and 10 matches at this point in the season. But they're making the most of it. You know, as all the coaches pointed out in their little bios, that they don't complain, which I'm around a lot of teenagers, Coach, and teenagers tend to complain a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, who am I kidding? People tend to complain a lot. So when you got a bunch of kids out there not complaining, working hard, not afraid to wear a mask for 6 minutes of the hardest thing they've ever done, it's pretty awesome.
I see Bergman down there sporting the glasses. He kind of looks like a little bit of a Clark Kent down there, huh?
Yeah, I would say there's probably an S on his T-shirt underneath, maybe. Waunakee did not have his kryptonite tonight, though. I will say that.
Looks
So
like
as we get later in the night, you'll notice extra commentary, same price of admission, but extra commentary by Coach and I. So stay tuned. We're going to get some good wrestling here.
Yeah, Emilio Hernandez, and I believe this is going to be Jaden Free, the varsity 113-pounder. Jaden is a ranked wrestler. I believe he was ranked number 8 in the state at 113 pounds, going up against Emilio here. And Emilio with the takedown
by Emilio. I believe I mentioned it in our last broadcast, but Emilio is also an honor student. You know, slow transition to high school, learning wrestling, just a lot on his plate. And talk about growth from a kid. I mean, just such a good attitude. I'm lucky enough to have him in my English class. Really cool family, too. The Muniz family. Sister Shai was a manager for me back in the day. Cody and Coy wrestled. His mom's real nice. Big shout out to Marlone. Speaking of the family, Marlone, one of our 8th grade wrestlers, one of the hardest working kids you'll ever meet. You'll be lucky enough to tune in and watch him wrestle. Emilio with another shot, should climb the body, hopefully get some back points here. Probably looking for a half and a far elbow there. Looks like Waunakee's wisely tying up there. But Emilio will go up 4-1 with 26 seconds left in the first period. So apparently I need to make a correction on a statement I made earlier, which was an error. Unlike CNN and ABC, I actually correct my errors. I apologize for calling him Superman. Bergman is actually known as being Captain America, so... He seemed to have superhuman powers tonight, that's for sure. So tied up here with 1:30 left in the second period.
It looks like they got a bunch of matches lined up here.
Ben and Joe, Logan, if you're at home watching, appreciate you guys tuning in. You had an awesome practice tonight. I also want to give a shout-out. I mentioned Marlone and Owen Schoberg over there, but Damian Ortega, Allison Bustler, Craig Aarons, Jeremy Lacey, and Xavier Falcon are extremely talented 8th grade group coming through. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Now go to sleep. It's too late for you to be up. And I'll knot it up here in the third period, 4-4. Hernandez is going to be on top. If you're just tuning in, folks, or if you missed it, Watertown fell tonight on the varsity, 41-31. Close match, couple swing matches we lost against an extremely talented state-ranked Waunakee team. Hernandez diving in on the ankle. Love to see that aggressiveness. Again, trademark of the Goslings. Very aggressive. Waunakee wisely peeling the ankle. Fernandez can just climb the body a little bit. He should get the 2. Waunakee looking for the stalemate. Lift. Oh. And unfortunately, Hernandez hips get out of position just a little bit, and he's going to give up some back points. And Coach McFarland wisely pointed out to the official, Waunakee had a figure 4 on the body, which is an illegal hold. These officials, I mean, you got to respect officials in any sport, but to make it even more challenging this season, they have to contend with keeping an eye on masks and not letting them shake hands, and then you throw all the wrestling stuff on top of that too. It's a challenging job. So big props out to all you officials out there. So Emilio is going to be down 10-7 with a minute left in the third period. Likely in his final wrestling match here at the field house in Watertown. Good to see him getting all these extra matches, though. Emilio made a really interesting comment to me earlier in the season, and it's a testament to his character that the thing he loved most about wrestling is that now everything else in life just seems easy. In so many words, he told me that, and it's a pretty interesting observation for a senior. He just is glad he learned how to work hard because of this sport. And Watertown loses a close one, 10-7 there. Hernandez is going to fall by 3 to Waunakee. Shout out to Beef, if you're out there listening. Eli Grossneck, I don't know if you're up this late. You guys had an awesome practice tonight, too. Tegan, if you're still watching, thanks, buddy. I always enjoy coaching you. Except for when you hit me with dodgeballs.
Oscar wrestle an exhibition match here. Mark, do you got a name on the other one?
I do. This is going to be neck battle again. Super talented kid wrestled at 120 tonight. So potentially a matchup that could happen at another big tournament later down the road. Oscar is eligible, I believe, for 120. I don't know if that is the case or not, but I think it might be. So Oscar full of fireworks, as you saw earlier in the night. Should be a fun match to watch. Sophomore against sophomore.
Yeah, Oscar's got a really high pace here again, and pretty hard to keep up with that. In on another takedown here, 4-1.
So use the little head motion there, sort of a Jordan Burroughs style, but then switch to this sweep. Yeah, he's just kind of a little bit too powerful for this one.
And there's the pinfall. 57.3 seconds left.
So Oscar with the pin against a solid wrestler from Waunakee there, neck fatal. Looks like we got Frank Wilkowski going up against Colby Hines. Colby Hines has wrestled Oscar earlier in the night, so Hines is ranked number 7. Frank coming in as a freshman. This is a good match to kind of get a barometer of where he's at. Saw Frank have a successful first varsity match tonight. Competition is great.
Yeah, I just watched Frank walk across that mat, and he's got about the same exact walk as Edward.
You see him with his brother Edward there. So those of you who are concerned about social distancing, they're related. It's okay. But no, joking aside, Edward's a great one to have in the room. That family is a lot of fun to be around with the sport. Super knowledgeable, super passionate. So it's good to see him getting another match tonight after his first varsity victory earlier in the night.
Hines is in on a double here pretty quick.
On the
get
shot
two
there, you
takedown.
see Frank trying to go for the lift, but not quite there, so he has to bail out, go to the belly. Oh, warning red. Not sure what that was.
Trapped leg.
Oh, trapped leg.
Frank's out quick.
Yeah, maybe turned in a little too soon there, but good to see the explosion. You know, freshman going against a really experienced wrestler, it just shows you how athletic he is. I want to thank one of their teachers who has been really big supporter of the wrestling program, Miss Johnson, new teacher here in Watertown. Just been super supportive, has a lot of these boys in her room, has some really good things to say about them. I know works with Oscar and Frank and Braden and a few of the other guys.
.45 left in the first period. Frank's working to get off his back. Hines is continuing to ride that leg and working the tilts. Now he's got a cradle locked up.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing why Hines was ranked in the top 10 in the state. Frank getting a little taste of what it's like to go out there with some state-level kids and wrestle. So nothing wrong with getting that extra experience as long as you handle it right and you learn to grow from it. So great night for Frank, you know, first varsity victory. Getting some extra competition
huge victory
against
on varsity.
Some super talented guys. What's that, Coach? I'm sorry.
I said huge victory on varsity. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was great. So now you got Finn Mulligan operating the sprayer. He might be looking for side jobs this summer. I'm not totally sure. I haven't really talked to him about that, but
yeah, I could possibly look at maybe some weed control type employment. He is a little heavy on the application, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of fluid he's using there, but I suppose better safe than sorry. Bergman with the mop work. You can see it's not his first rodeo. Oh, back to the action. Here we go. Ooh, the throwback singlet, too. Is that Hespe over there?
That is Hespe.
Hespe shoots high crotch right away. Looks like we're going to have Hespe versus Spencer. Dane Spencer. Solid youth wrestler, both of these guys. Looks like Hespe takes control after the first shot, gets the takedown.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's still rocking it, but they always used to call him Pepsi in the youth days, so I don't know if that nickname has stuck with him.
What was the nickname, Coach?
Pepsi.
Oh, Pepsi. Yeah, they call him Pepsi still. I've heard that around the building a little bit.
Logan is a big
good
fan
kid,
of.
Also really into music and stuff. Just a cool kid. Great sense of humor. All those freshmen.
Yeah, and apparently he likes ham sandwiches.
Ham sandwiches, nothing
Yep.
wrong with that. That's what I had for dinner tonight. I'm going to think that after this, I'm going to have to get something more significant, though. Maybe some moose knuckle, I don't know. Moose knuckle sandwich, maybe some venison.
Yeah, so just a reminder, the youth kids got a competition tomorrow at the Thunderdome, formerly known as Kmart, 1450 Summit Avenue in Oconomowoc.
Yeah, that's quite the facility over there. I didn't know what to expect my first time going there, and after a lot of elbow grease and hard work, it's really coming around to being one of the premier sports venues in the state, really. I mean, the WWF's working over there. As I mentioned, we're hosting multiple state-level tournaments that would normally be held in Madison, Dane County. So pretty cool opportunity.
Yeah, and it gives the kids a spot to go, right?
So we're 2-2 now at the end of the first period with the time winding down. Looks like Hespe just got his hips out of position a little bit there. Waunakee capitalized. You know, that's the thing about a well-coached team. They're going to capitalize. So hopefully we'll see Logan continue that explosive technique. Waunakee has choice and chooses down. So Hespe's thinking, I got to stop first move here. Hopefully he's got something in mind.
Caution on
He's gonna
Hespe.
caution, just a little bit of a tight waist going on there. Needs to be on the belly.
Yeah, and his leg was a little bit too far out to the side. Waunakee's up to their feet right away, hips away, and that's going to be one escape. Hespe immediately back in on a leg. And Waunakee collects 2 takedowns.
So with 1 minute left in the second period, Waunakee takes a 5-2 lead. You know, Logan's always been an exciting kid to watch. So look for big things to happen here if he can fight off his back. Kind of got his arm caught there.
Yeah, that was pretty tight barbed wire there.
Yeah. That's tough. That's something he won't make that mistake next year. I'm pretty confident in that. Coach Dilcher's probably over there taking notes somewhere about how to correct that.
Looks like we're going to have Lorenz and Zingler, huh?
Yeah, Zingy Senior going up against Lorenz, who is, you know, that's their big firepower. Senior, third in the state for Waunakee, who we saw earlier against Wickman. Let's see if Owen can use his length to his advantage here. You know, Owen made a good... Oh, that would be a slam. I don't know if he's going to call it an illegal slam. Yes, he is.
Yeah, I mean, he had him up off his feet, and then he also left his feet and drove all of his weight down on...
Yeah, I certainly don't think that was intentional. Lorenz is a quality wrestler, character, coaches. They're not going to coach that. He's just super powerful kid. Sometimes that happens. Again, folks watching at home, this sport is incredibly safe. I've coached a lot of sports, and there are definitely it's a contact sport, so you can get hurt. But looks like Owen got the wind knocked out of him. The trainer's over there checking things out. Reading through their bios, I've known Owen for a long time and Hespe obviously too, and both of them for their advice to those young kids are don't quit and work hard. It's really that simple, and that's what's cool about these guys. They don't make excuses. They don't complain. And again, slap hands, battle a little bit more here. No hard feelings. That happens, right? So you see Lorenz capitalize on the underhook there. Definitely a piece of technique that any varsity caliber wrestler should have in their arsenal. Actually, any caliber wrestler should have in their arsenal is that getting angles off the underhook.
And Lorenz is going to go ahead and put the legs in here.
Coach Bussler, did you ever use an underhook in your life?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, you did?
Yep.
I bet.
Yeah, underhook's a great move.
Yeah, it's not something to shy away from, that's for sure.
And looks like Lorenz is going to end up here in the Saturday Night Ride and pinfall with 54 seconds left.
Yeah, Lorenz, he's real good. Good to see Owen get another match. Comes off the match, talks right away to Coach McFarland. Unfortunately, that's probably his last match in this gym. Which, if you've never gone through that as an athlete or a coach, that's always tough. I don't know if it's sunk in for these guys yet, but they're a really good group, tight-knit group, positive attitude. So,
well, looks like Walker is going to get another one, huh?
oh, good. Love watching this kid wrestle. So we got Wickman versus Goralski. We saw Goralski earlier tonight, I think. Maybe not. Solid JV wrestler, varsity experience. Good for Walker to get some more mat time there and avenge the earlier loss against Lorenz. He locks up right away with the underhook.
Which one did you say this was from Waunakee, Mark?
Goralski, I believe. Yeah, Gabe Goralski, sophomore.
45-pounder on varsity tonight.
So Walker looking right away for the pin. With 125 left, Goralski's got his work cut out from here. And pinfall Walker Wickman against Goralski. He had some bottled up energy to take out there. You'll notice the majority of the wrestlers are not shaking hands as part of COVID safety protocol, which is interesting to me, but that is the rule that they're following. So we're going to have to wait for these mats to dry a little bit after that quick pinfall. It looks like we got Crom going up against Scott Jezik. Scott's a junior, Crom's a freshman. Relatively new to the sport, but man, another one of those freshmen just with a great attitude. Wants to learn, wants to get better. As you can see with his frame and the leverage idea that I was talking about before, there's a lot of potential there. So it's good to see him getting some extra mat time.
Hey, Mark and Brad, did you know that this isn't going to last wrestling stream that we're going to have on the channel, right?
Are you doing the middle school?
We're doing middle school.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it before, but Tyler reminded me that we will be live streaming the middle school duels as well, with our first one coming up on Monday. So you'll see a few rivalry matches with Johnson Creek, and then you'll see a bunch of exhibition or inter-squad matches with our very talented middle school wrestlers. Coach Barnett and Coach Frank over there doing a great job reloading that team after the incredibly successful season they had last year.
Crom's in on a front headlock, looking to capture that leg. Loses it. Now Waunakee's in a front headlock. And both are back up to their feet.
Yeah, Jezik with the nice level change there, getting underneath, but Crom with a body whizzer. Real quick on that body whizzer, too. That's a good sign. He's picking it up. He's moving quick. Hips are working well. Crom with a nice slide into the high crotch. Couldn't quite capitalize. You know, and I really appreciate everybody who's sticking around watching. You know, it's not the varsity, it's not the team points and such right now, but it is a very big deal to these kids. They've worked just as hard as everyone else, and we definitely appreciate everybody watching, continuing to watch. Big shout out to the Waunakee families that are watching. A lot of kind words from that community about our broadcast and Tyler's excellent technology work up here and Coach Bustler's commentary. So thank you to the Waunakee families for those kind words. Appreciate you guys watching. So we're going to go into the second period with a 0-0 tie. Coach, prediction, what move is he going to hit?
I'm going to go with the stand-up.
Stand-up?
Yep. We're already at the quad
It's been
pod,
said. It's
so
been
a pretty
said.
Good bet.
And it was almost there. Oh. Oh, you almost had it, Coach. He had the stand-up and instead switched over.
Yeah, it looks like you might have that cradle locked up, too. Get hip to hip. Start collecting some back points. And there's a pinfall for Carson Crom with 1:19 left in the second period.
Nice job, Carson Crom. Big win. Again, made a mistake. I do that quite often. Owen Zingler, I apologize. I should know you better than that. You are indeed a junior. You are not a senior. I apologize for saying that. Thanks, Coach Logan, for pointing that out. That's good news. Having that kid on the team for another year is awesome. He's a good kid. So we're going to get, trying to read the handwriting here. Cronquist is going to wrestle against Ellis. So for Watertown, we got Brian Cronquist. And for Waunakee, we get Brayson Ellis. Ellis, a state qualifier, regional champ. Super solid kid. Obviously, you've seen Brian wrestle, explosive, 26 or 7, something like that. Some odd wins last year. Great wrestler as well. So this hopefully will turn into a great match here. That's why you tune in, right? That's why you stick around for these ones.
Absolutely. Waunakee out with a quick takedown right off the bat. Cronquest is continuing to string moves together and is to his feet, but he's gonna get Iowa to his back, and Ellis is collecting back points.
Coach, I got some breaking news on the wrestling front that I'm really excited to announce here. They just approved that wrestling will be allowed to increase to 6 teams for competition over the next, starting January 17th to 23rd, and then they're going to allow it to increase to 8 teams. That's big news in the wrestling community as Cronquist is looking to fight off his back, and Ellis gets the pin. Brian did not have a lot of youth wrestling experience, so to be at this caliber, super impressive. Kid's got tons of talent, tons of strength. He's been a great asset for these guys as a leader in the program, pushing the intensity. But, yeah, so, you know, there's tons of research on this whole virus situation. And with all the research comes data, and they've proven that no major spreads are linked to high school wrestling. The athletes are in much better shape. I said something about your immune system and how great the sport is for that. So this is going to be just a great opportunity, and there's a bunch of people in the planning stages of it. So people at home that are worried about that kind of stuff, that's good news. And that we have the research and the science to prove it. So they're going to open up the sport a little bit more. I'm pretty excited about that, especially for our seniors.
Well, we're going to have Colton Blom here.
Yeah, it looks like this is Charles Borkhardt again. Wrestled against Cronquist earlier in the night. Blom with super match tonight as well. You saw him taking down the number 7th ranked wrestler in the state earlier, now running takedowns.
Beautiful blast
Borkhardt,
double.
looking to get as much experience out of this opportunity as he can.
Yeah, Colton is going to work here, racking up some points. We're sitting at 6-2 right now. Takedowns, letting them up. A minute left in the first period. Looking for a turn here.
Think he might try a cradle here?
Well, if anybody knows Colton, he's going to try a cradle. First period is going to come to an end in favor of Colton, 6-2. Colton chooses down going into period number 2.
Yeah, Colton likes riding, but he's solid on bottom too. Just super. There you go, reversal. Super athletic, strong kid, knows how to cover hands from bottom. But this is really his bread and butter here on top. Happy to announce we're going to see Braden Holloman wrestle again tonight. Noah Dominguez and Aaron Finn. It's going to make an appearance tonight. I believe will be the last match of the night. So, folks listening at home, if you want to stay tuned and watch those boys wrestle, right now you're watching Colton Blom and his cradle machine. Colton Blom, also a big fan of the ham sandwiches. That's his pre-match snack of choice. These guys making me hungry.
Yeah, there's been an awful lot of talk about food tonight, Mark.
Yeah. So 12-3 here, 48 seconds left in the second period. Blow him on the feet. Hits a nice little sweep there.
And
that would be
there's your
Coach
cradle.
McFarland, bread and butter. I'm sure he's pretty excited about that.
That's going to take us up to 17-3. Third period here. Waunakee's chosen down. Colton Turks that bottom leg and puts him to his back for near fall.
So, again, he's working that leg Turk. We went through this in the room the other night. Coach, your critique of Colton's leg Turk. Looks good. I think that could work for him. Definitely get high up on that knee, guys, at home. Control those hips. Good to see Colton getting an extra match. Again, Borkhardt a senior, Blom a senior.
Looks like we got Braden up next.
Colton, 22 wins last year, state qualifier. Having another successful season here. Hopefully he'll get a chance to perform at the state level this year as well. So it looks like we got Braden Holloman is at that hooker. Nope. Lit. Liftog. I hope, again, I'm pronouncing that right.
Jacob.
I apologize, Waunakee fans, if I'm
Jacob.
not. So Liftog is sophomore. Pretty solid JV wrestler last year. As we mentioned, Holloman, some youth experience. Strong kid, fell in love with the sport. Super committed now. We saw him with a huge win against Milton not too long ago. Very positive season already so far. Nice use of the underhook.
Yeah, excellent level change.
Yep, good level change. Didn't quite clear his arm, but he manages to get his hips back in position. Oh, unfortunately, couldn't quite fight through that. Lifthog with the head throw off of the shot from Holloman. That's pretty tight.
Yeah, Braden was in good position to finish that, and then he just got overpowered.
Just couldn't quite hit the corner. That's the danger of not hitting it quick, is you can get it caught in a position like that. Perhaps his base wasn't quite wide enough with his feet or something. Coach Whaley coming in clutch with the clean mask. Not only is a 3-time state champ from Illinois, but he's quick on his feet with the mask. Quite impressive, I must say. Coming from nowhere, keeping him going.
Good footwork, up to his feet, 28 seconds left.
How about this for a quote from Holloman, Coach? Hard times create hard people. I think he means that in the positive ways, referencing the difficulty of this season and how it makes you tougher. I like that.
Yeah, what do they always say? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger?
That's accurate.
So Braden gave up another 3 back points there. He is currently down 8-1. Another bloody nose. Yeah, if you're still out there tuning in, we'll remind you again of Solve Wrestling, the software program, website, virtual club, flowchart, all in one. Tool for coaches, clubs to facilitate calendars, practices, teach technique, show technique, provide a database for athletes to go back and look at that technique and really, push the sport of wrestling to that next level.
So Watertown's going to choose neutral here going into the second period. Holloman was able to get in on those legs. So if he sets it up, maybe we could see that again. Pulls in right with the collar tie right away. So Holloman's wisely trying to pull out that ankle to force Waunakee to lose a base there, maybe get a stalemate, or possibly fight off the shot attempt. And he does. He gets the stalemate.
1:18 left in the second period here.
Yeah, Braden's impressing me, like I said, not a ton of experience, and he's going up against all these kids that he's wrestling at these bigger weights. Have all been wrestling for a really long time. We saw that with the Milton kid. We saw that earlier in the season. Braden loves exercise, lifting weights and stuff like that. All that's going to pay off for him as he gets bigger and stronger.
Oh, we got an underhook on that right side. 25 seconds left. Like to see him try to do something with that. Braden's getting a little bit predictable with the reach and the step. The reach and the step.
Yeah, he's kind of fishing a little bit.
Make contact. It's pretty much the same here. So. Like to see him change that up a little bit, work his angles a little bit better.
Yeah, the high crotch is almost there for him. I think he's got to set it up. I agree with you, Coach, with some head taps or maybe inside push, push, pull.
Well, this might be a new record here. I think I've counted 5 mask changes.
That is definitely new bar has been set. Yeah, and we still got 2 more matches to go. We could shatter the record. Yeah.
Watched too many sports games to know that.
Back to the action here in the third period.
Yeah, that's the danger of that head tap is Holloman's hips were a little high there. Like to see the head tap, but you got to be really low with those hips or you're going to get scored on.
Yeah, and it was just kind of predictable, right? Same thing, same thing, same thing. As an opponent, I'm looking for those things.
Yeah.
I'm looking for those things that the person continually does and trying to figure out a way to take advantage of that. And right there, we just saw Waunakee take advantage of his reach and step and change levels and hit him with a double leg.
Braden with the baseball bat. I like that. Nearly gets the escape. Lift dog keeps moving his feet. Stays in good position. See, Braden gets in on that leg, but he's got to use his hips or he's going to get tossed again. Now go to the dump.
Yeah, he did all that work to get up, and then I think he tried to crack down on that leg. I think he probably would have been better if he just exploded up, drove through him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that you can see from up here. It's tough to do. Lift dog, obviously, strong kid.
.25 seconds left in the third period. Waunakee is up 10-1. Yeah, Braden's got a lot of good matches ahead of him in the future. He's going to be a fun kid to watch. Freshman wrestling, 182 pounds. Big, strong kid.
Yeah, certainly, Coach. Just looking over this lineup with how thick we are with freshmen this year, how big and strong that 8th grade group is, and then we got a bunch of little guys coming up through the next couple of years to go with the little guys we got now. It's looking pretty good. I mean, to have a true heavyweight as an 8th grader and another kid who's 180 pounds, that's that's going to fill out our lineup nice. Get a couple years of JV experience for him, and I was talking to somebody today about the success the McGuanago program has. A guy that I know that coaches baseball in McGuanago, and he said we know a coach over there, and his philosophy is having a couple kids win 30 or 40 matches is great, but if you have a whole team of kids who wins 20 or 25, that's how you win dual meets, and I think we're going to see that with Watertown pretty quick here. Sprinkle in a couple superstars, and that makes for a darn good team. So Holloman goes down 10-2. Tough fought match against a really solid lift hog from Waunakee, who I believe is a sophomore with some good varsity experience last year. So I'm excited to see Noah Dominguez back on the mat, getting some more mat time. Noah is also a junior only, wrestling against Daniel Ford, who we saw earlier in the night, who wrestled against O'Byron earlier. Ford, regional champ, third at sectionals. Very good varsity wrestler last year. Noah's been a great kid in the program, super nice kid, had some injuries over the years, filled in as a manager, just steps up and does what's needed of him. Wrestled heavyweight for us one match, so glad to see him getting on the mat. Ford digging in that underhook right away. You see how he's keeping his hips tight, really trying to take advantage of that angle, and Noah showing his strength, fights it off.
Yeah, Waunakee kind of hits him with a quasi-lat drop, hip toss. Throws the boots in right away. Noah's working to dig that leg out. Now Waunakee's got both legs in.
Yeah, this kid's pretty good. He's been fun to watch. Noah's a solid kid, lots of youth experience. I think it hurt him a little bit to not be able to wrestle a lot the last couple of years, but he's still got a whole nother year after this year ahead of him, so. My apologies for the technical difficulty. I tripped over a wire. That's not true. All right, and what I believe is our last match of the night, at least from my sheet that I have, is Finn is going to be wrestling against Jack Schweitzer. Schweitzer, varsity caliber wrestler. Finn, I think this might be his first match this year, so glad to see him getting out there. I know he's worked really hard to get back on the mat. Watertown, traditionally strong in the upper weights. Haven't had as many in the last couple years. Alex a few years back made it to state, and we had some gaps in there, but I don't think that's going to be a problem over the next couple years. It looks like we're pretty stacked at that weight class. Finn kind of walked into a head throw there by Schweitzer. That's something with a little bit more mat time I don't think will happen to him.
Yeah, Finn says if he could give any advice to a youth wrestler watching tonight, just keep your head up and wrestle tough. Take every moment you can so you never know when your last meet is. Well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks for tuning in. A little recap here. Waunakee came out ahead on the dual meet score, but some really great wrestling tonight. Lots of exhibitions at the end of the night. And we wish these boys the best as they proceed through the rest of the season here. That's going to be our last home duel. We will start doing some live streams for the middle school coming up, so keep your eyes open for that. And thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Tyler.